Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Toronto Maple Leafs at Florida Panthers, NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs, Round 2, Game 3. The Toronto Maple Leafs have a 2-0 series lead, and they've gone to Sunrise, Florida, near Miami. Yeah, Florida Panthers don't play Miami either. They play near there, just like Inter Miami. Another plastic team who... At least the good thing about the Florida Panthers, they've won a Stanley Cup with all this talent and dirt and grit, whatever you want to call it. At least Prison Rules Paul won a Stanley Cup. Inter Miami hasn't won shit with Messi. Might as well take a shot at him. Messi fans won't be here. I could say how I really feel and not lie. Florida, the Panthers aren't frauds. They're dirty, but they're not frauds. Miami, on the other hand, Inter Miami, they're frauds. So, with that being said, Toronto's in Sunrise to play Game 3 to possibly take another 3-0 series lead this playoffs for the second time. And it will be the first time since the 40s, the 1940s, that they've done that, if it happens. It's been a long time. Question is, did they win the cup that year? If they did, that's a curse buster. If it's not, well, hey, the last time there was a papal conclave that ended within 2 days, that the Leafs were in the playoffs, was 1963. The Leafs won the Stanley Cup that year. Well, I mean, I understand that, Lewis. Your time zone is so much different. Like, it's like 1 a.m. over there. Like, I get it. I understand it. Not being mean about it at all. It is what it is. But we're getting ready for this game. 12. Okay, yeah. 6 is 12. 7 is, yeah. But you know what I mean. By the time it was getting to the second, third period, it was probably about 2 o'clock, actually. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, yeah. Either way, the Leafs playing the Florida Panthers in Sunrise, Florida. If the Leafs get the win today, they've all but won the series. If anybody could come back from 3-0 down and win a playoff series, it is the Florida Panthers. I will say that much. Do I think the Leafs will give the Panthers more breathing room than they did the Ottawa Senators? No. The good news about the Leafs is if they get a 3-0 series lead, I think this time they'll probably end it quicker. Or they won't play as bad as they did against the Ottawa Senators for a couple of those games. I think they figured it out now. So, with that being said, as a Leafs fan, you want them to steal one of these 2 games. If they win tonight, is it likely they lose Sunday? Yes. You just want the Leafs to get one of these. And then if they get both, that's great. If they don't get it tonight, you sure as hell want them to get Sunday. How's the sunny weather in Sunrise? Let me check. Probably sunny. Let's go Weather Channel. There we go. Where's my... Oh, there we go. Speaking of, don't need that. Rumble got DDoSed. I'll just leave it off until freaking Sunday, so everything's just YouTube. Sunrise, Florida. There's a Sunset, Florida, too? That's weird. That's Florida for you. Sunrise, Florida. 83 degrees, sunny. That ain't bad. Sunset at 7:57. So by the time these people leave the arena, it's going to be dark. I thought they were winning. The Leafs are winning the series 2-0, but the third game hasn't started yet. There's 7 games. They could still lose this series. It's the Leafs. Even if they go up 3-0, they could still lose this series. Again, it's the Leafs. They don't act like the Leafs anymore, but if anybody could make these Leafs act like the Leafs that we know, it's the Florida Panthers. So it's not over till the final whistle blows, or the final horn goes, I should say. Whenever there's a 4th win for either team. I didn't say that. I said I think Chelsea's the favorite now because of the way they're playing against the teams, and they've been winning games since the Legia Warsaw loss, that they've had a wake-up call. I didn't say they should comfortably beat Betis. If they pocket Anthony, they should, but that's the question of, can Cucurella pocket Anthony? But we'll figure that out in 19 days. How's this bloody work? They got 7 games. That's confusion for the UK people. This works as a series. 2 games in Toronto, 2 games in Florida, Game 5 in Toronto, Game 6 in Florida, Game 7 in Toronto over 2 weeks. Game 4 is on Sunday. This Sunday. Every 2 days they play, except for Wednesday, which I don't understand. I guess it's travel. I guess it's extra travel day to Toronto. So it's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday for 5, 6, and 7. So they will not play. I guess they want Game 7 to be on the weekend if it happens, I guess. So there might be a double on Wednesday if this goes 5, by the way. Or there will be, I should say. Depending on what happens the next 2 games. If the Leafs win tonight, there still might be a double Wednesday. If they win both today and Sunday, there won't be. If they lose one of these games, well, then there will be. So you're right. And if the Leafs win tonight, the Leafs should have this, but you would like Europa League to go United's way, however, expecting Spurs. Yeah, but it's Spurs. Lads, it's Tottenham. I know Ange wins trophies in his 2nd year, but Amarim's unbeaten in Europe. But you're actually playing a Premier League team, so it is confusing, but thank you for explaining it. No problem. But U.S. sports, or at least when it comes to every round after the division series in baseball, so the championship series, the World Series, 7 games. They have it a different way, though. It's 2-3-2. Funnily enough, in baseball, when they do a 7-game series, it's 2 at home, 3 on the road of the opposite team, 2 at home of the team who has home field. Basketball and hockey do it the same way of 2-2, 1-1-1. But the team who has home ice or home court gets 1 more home game. Then I don't know what I like better. But basketball has 7-game series. NBA, all their playoff rounds are. Except the play-in, which is stupid. But hockey is all 7-game series. Because there's only 4 rounds, except for COVID. But that was COVID, so that was a 5-game qualifying round to go into the playoffs. And then the teams who had the top 4 seeds had the seeding. So if the world ever stops, it's good to remember that. But I don't know. It may happen again. I don't know. If the world stops again, remember it's possible they do another 5-game qualifying round with a round robin for the top 4 seeds to seed each other into the tournament and play the 4 play-in winners. Whatever. If the world stops, remember that's possible. Again, but because I'm sure they'll go back to that well if they need to. With that being said, and if they can, with that being said, 7-game series are an American thing. That's an American thing. I get it because I'm North American. I get both the aggregate knockout tournaments, league tables, and 7-game series. I get it all. I understand how it's weird for y'all, but I'm used to both. So, Newcastle fans don't want Spurs or Man United to win Europa because of being so bad at the Premier League, being in the Champions League, finishing 16th or 17th. But wouldn't it be funny, though? But I think the championship, basically the second division of English football, the top 3 teams should automatically go up because the 3 bottom teams of the Premier League go down. Yeah, here's the problem with that, though. The playoff winners get so much money for winning the playoff final, which is called the $1 million game. You think they're going to let them get rid of that? Like, I honestly kind of like the playoff, weirdly enough. I like the playoff from 3 to 6. Like, I honestly think it's better. Like, I understand it that since all 3 teams go straight down and it's not like the Bundesliga where 17 plays number 3 to go into the top league. I get it. Or is it 16 and 3? Either way, it's not like the Bundesliga. Their playoff is a team who might get relegated versus a team who might get promoted. That's still a little bit harsh, though. I like the playoff. Did you watch the game today? It was Newcastle's rivals in the red and white. I didn't watch Sunderland, no. I did not watch Sunderland. I did not watch the Mackhams. No, I did not. I did not. I heard they won, though. I wanted Coventry to win. Because Haji Wright. Close enough. Close enough. We're here for this game to start. Well done, you said the name. I know my stuff, don't worry. I'm not a dumbass Yankee kid. You know this. I know my stuff. Or a dumbass redneck either. See, you're here because you know I know my stuff. See? Some of us know our stuff. Some of us aren't dumbasses. I did not see it. With that being said, like I'm a person, I know my stuff. You know how I also know my stuff? I wish that Leafs fans, moving back to the hockey. Speaking of moving back to the hockey, I wish Leafs fans would chant, maybe you're going to be the one that saves me. 'Cause after all, you're my Joseph Woll. Who's starting tonight? Joseph Woll in net for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Wonder Wall, Joseph Woll. He's right. He's wrestling in front of 2,000 people. He's working with a crackhead. He's right. Javon Evans is right. He wasn't wrong at all. He was probably told to get rid of it, but, he was probably told to get rid of it. But he was right. See, I could say it. He's right. Well, either way, a Leafs prospect wins, so I can't be too mad. Besides, the Steelheads suck. Besides, so either way. Would I prefer the London Knights? Yes. Either way, a Leafs prospect wins. So when is Ricochet going to be right? Never, because he's a heel. Doesn't really know what the hell he's doing anyway. At the beginning of it anyway. So we're going to get this one going. This game is on TBS or TNT and True TV, Sportsnet in Canada, unless it's French, then TVA Sports. Quebecers still. Oh yeah, no. I do watch playoff hockey once I get over the Leafs getting eliminated, so okay. Fine. Fine, that's true. Game 3 is about to start. Is that a thing for you or for me? Because I got it on True TV right now. Unless you think TNT's ahead. See what TNT looks like. Huh. Yeah, TNT might actually be right on time. Yeah, TNT might actually be on time for once. Okay. Tanev over 2.5 blocks. Austin Matthews to score a goal. Marner 1 point for Biz's bets. That's fair. Let Landon Donovan manage Team USA. He might do a better job than Pochettino. Rodriguez, Barkov, Reinhardt's the first line. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Lusterinen, Lundell, Marchand, Greer, Nosek, Gajovic. The 4 lines projected for the Florida Panthers. Here we go. There we go. Game's about to get going. Game 3. Sunrise, Florida. Eddie Olczyk in the booth if you're watching on TNT. For some reason, I still don't get how he was on the Kentucky Derby, then at the Leafs game the next night. What does he know about horse racing? And here comes the first face-off. And the game is underway. Leafs wearing white, Panthers wearing red. Leafs have a 2-0 series lead. Nice, Matthews, Marner. Pacioretty, Tavares, Nylander. Throws it on. Covered by Bobrovsky. Cleared away. McMahon, Domi, Holmberg. Lorentz's line is the third line. McCabe, Tanev. Throws it on. Shot, goal! Goal! Matthew Nice! 1-0 Toronto! Already! 1-0! 1-0! Matthew Nice puts it away on Bobrovsky. 1937 through the first period, and the Leafs take the lead. Score! Matthew Nice scores unassisted. Behind the net, throws it on. Nyes goes in front of the net. Shot was on. Nyes throws it in because Bobrovsky comes out of his net. Matthew Nyes. First blood for Toronto. Lusterinen, Lundell, Marchand, Greer, Nosek, Gajovic. Forsling, Ekblad, the first defensive pair. Mikula, Jones. Forward is for the Leafs. Schmidt, Kulikov, shot behind the net. Bobrovsky in net, Wall net for the Leafs. Marner, McCabe assists. That is 23 seconds through the period. 1-0. Going forward, 1847. This might be a little bit behind. Be back soon. because they just are outplaying the Panthers. Okay, I wouldn't say outplaying, but they're skating with them at every moment. And the Leafs aren't afraid, weirdly enough. The Leafs are not afraid. Like, this Leafs team is not afraid at all, which is a good thing. Toronto won game 1, 5-4. They won game 2, 4-3. They're winning 1-0 in game 3. 18-13 through the first period. Behind the net for the Panthers. The Panthers shoot it on. Wide. Holmberg. Leafs could get it clear. They get it to center, but the Panthers get it first. So they can put it back in. Nosek throws on to Wall. Wall makes the save. Still 1-0, 17:53. Leafs got to their game right away. Save for Wall. Because after all, you're my Joseph Wall. I am not going to stop singing that until he gets pulled out of the crease. Turns out I am a fan of Oasis. We just had to have Joseph Wool make a save for us in the playoffs. 17:53 to go, the first period of face-off here. 1-0 Toronto. Holy shit, man. Man, I love this. Face-off. Who's getting waved out of the circle? Marner's going to take the face-off. Matthews waved out of the circle. Defensive zone face-off. Leafs get clear. Benoit. Matthew Nyes with his 5th goal of the playoffs. Matthew Nyes, you beauty. Austin Matthews throws it on. Punched away by Bob Bobrovsky. Ekman Larson throws it behind the net. He does. Leafs could get it out of the zone. They do. To center. Still Nyes. He loses the puck. Panthers skating. Good stick check. 17-16 to go. Rolls out. And that's going to be an icing. Or not. It isn't an icing. The clock still runs. Interesting. Is Wes McCauley being a shit referee? I wonder. Leafs, shot by Nylander. Shot, and then they lose the handle. The Leafs had a chance there. William Nylander. Not so much. Could it be a Canadian Stanley Cup final? I say with the way the Oilers are playing and the way the Leafs are playing, yes. It looks to me like we're going to get Edmonton-Toronto. I have a feeling. I'm starting to have a feeling it's going to be Toronto-Edmonton in the Stanley Cup final. We know the Cup's coming to Canada in that situation. The question is it going to Alberta or Ontario? Also, will it be in the building when the trophy is won? Will the Cup be in the building when the Cup is won? My bad. Hopefully that's Scotiabank Arena. I mean, the Air Canada Center, which I think Toronto would have home ice if they play Edmonton, right? I think they would. Shot, Bobrovsky parries it away with his pads. 16:34. 1-0 Toronto. Leafs, it was right there. Plays it into the zone. Yarncrook chasing. Icing? So that's an icing, but the last one wasn't? You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Oh, by the way, the referee tonight is Wes McCauley. So thank God Sheldon Keefe's not coaching the Leafs anymore. Wes McCauley still has his moments even without Sheldon Keefe being on the bench. So do with that what you will. Face off, defensive zone. How is that an icing? Compared to the other one that went all the way down and you let play out? Nah. Bad call. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell made the call. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. 1601. Colin Campbell made the call. You know it. You know it as well as I do. He made the call. That's probably why West got the game. Who am I kidding? 1548, and we're still winning. And we're still winning. Holmberg. Goes behind. Now that's an icing. See, there we go. Better. Offensive zone faceoff. Craig Berube's playoff record. 33-32-1. Paul Maurice, 74-70 in the playoffs. So these guys are pretty close, well, I'd say, on the percentages of it all. That one overtime loss probably was what? That was the Flyers? My bad, the Flyers. But then you would think, I don't know. Isn't there just a win and a loss, really? Like, does it exactly matter? Shot. Bobrovsky covers it, makes the save. Bobrovsky makes the save, 15:22 to go, 1-0. Leafs have a 1-0 lead 5 minutes into the match, the game. And tomorrow will be live for TFC. By the way, 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. So do with that what you will. And then the Leafs play on Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. Shot, throws on. 15:20. Toronto playing all white or all blue? Well, their home uniforms have white pants. Or no, blue pants. Oh, they wear blue pants for everything. Blue pants and blue sweaters at home. On the road, they wear white sweater, blue pants. Which you would think. They've worn white pants before when there was a stadium series against the Washington Capitals when they played at the Naval Academy, I think. It was, or was it a base? Either way, they wore all white. I loved those sweaters. I love that uniform. Which was basically a color palette switch of their Winter Classic or their Centennial Classic uniforms when they played at BMO a year earlier. I really liked those Stadium Series sweaters. I really did. Those were awesome. I love the Centennial Classic jersey that they had at BMO Field. I loved that sweater. I like the stadium one even better. What I am happy about, and here's the funnier part, Mitchell and Ness has made a Stadium Series throwback with Austin Matthews on it. Sweater throwback that's very similar to the actual sweater. Throws it on. Tavares behind the net. Michigan. He scored. John Tavares. 2-0. Toronto with the Michigan. It's 2-0. It went in. John Tavares. That's probably the most normal I've ever called a hockey goal. I actually said scored. Hey, there's one for you. I actually called it like a hockey goal if you wanted to complain about it. Instead of goal, I said scored. Hey, there you go. John Tavares scores a Michigan. I did not know he had that in his bag. John Tavares with a Michigan. Holy shit. Oh, Lord, I love it. 2-0. Battle of JT, Ontario. JT scores tonight. John Tavares. He might actually win the cup with the Leafs. Pajama boy. Hey, we love you, Johnny. We love you, Johnny T. Goal. Pacioretty. Nylander with the assists. A Michigan. They say unassisted, but Toronto Maple Leafs play at the Toronto Stadium. They played at the Maple Leaf Gardens. They play at Air Canada Centre. They played an outdoor game at BMO Field. Well, at least in Toronto. They played outdoor games outside of Toronto as well. They actually played an outdoor game at Hamilton, Tim Hortons Field, against the Buffalo Sabres. Don't remind me of that one. That one pissed me off. The Leafs are pretty much getting lucky. The defense is that bad. Don't care. You got to win. It doesn't matter if you're getting lucky as long as you're winning. Learn that. This team has gotten a lot of shit before. You know, they deserve this. Florida's choking. I love it. The Leafs are skating with them, though. They're forcing the mistakes. By the way, though, let them have this. They've gotten so much shit. I've seen them get so much shit. They deserve this. I don't care. Pacioretty and Nylander with the assist on the Tavares goal. He made that one up himself. I mean, he got the puck from him, but he made the Michigan happen. And it was 5:57 through the period. And it's 2-0 Toronto. Hey, I'll take a TFC loss tomorrow if that means the Leafs win both these games. I would totally take that. I think we all agree, right? Woll covers it. Joseph Woll covers it. And it's getting punchy in front of the net. Don't care if you didn't have many shots on goal. If your team is 52 and you have 2, you score both and win. Exactly. Hey, you compared it to football. I love that because I do the same. I can't believe... Like, seriously, I actually finally called a hockey goal the way a hockey commentator would call it. Because I know somebody be like, hey, he says goal. He does it like a football commentator because that's what I mostly do. Like, actually, I will say this. When the Spanish commentators commentate hockey, they don't do much different. So am I wrong to say goal like a football goal? When the Leafs score, am I wrong? Am I wrong, though? If the Spanish announcers don't change anything, I should know. I watch enough football in Spanish. I know how to speak Spanish. I know how to get by. Trust me, they don't change much. I do love Spanish announcers in hockey, though. It's awesome. Speaking of, Toronto Maple Leafs, 2. Florida Panthers, 0. La semifinales de la Eastern Conference de la Stanley Cup Playoffs. Toronto 2-0 en la serie. By the way, not like South Americans or any other European goal. But, hey, you know what? Like, I'm not hating on what Joe Bowen does or any hockey announcer, but I'm used to calling football matches. Like, yeah, I'm going to. I love hockey just as much, but so I say goal instead of scores. You know, I call a goal like a football goal, maybe a little bit less emphatically, but what's the difference? Like, I get Canadians started the scores thing. He shoots, he scores. I get they did. But, again, it's just a way up what I'm used to. Hey, I'll take it. We needed it because we only won 1 game against them during the regular season. Now we're leading a third. We've won both in the playoffs. We aren't losing yet. We needed to. Playing forward is the Leafs. They have it into the zone. Nice. Spins around. Shot. Oh, Bobrovsky makes a save. Whoa, jeez. 12:41 through the first. Or 12:41 left in the first period. Exactly. Should I call one in Spanish just because? Hey, if there's another goal, should I call it in Spanish just because? Clears it away. Leafs still have it in the zone. Carlo throws it. Shot! Okay, that might be hard to do. It's not like I know it's coming. 12:29. NYCFC, you better win. That's what I'm going to say. Throws it on. Goal! 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 Goal to Florida! Goal to Panthers! Sasha Barkov makes it 2-1. Puts it past Wolff. 12:22 left in the first. Just slides it past Wolff, and Florida gets one back. Sasha Barkov with another goal. Wolff had no chance. He falls and taps it in. Just past Wolff. On the open side of the net. Just rounds it past him. That's an amazing shot. Sasha Barkov. That was lucky. But you make your own luck. Goal for Sasha Barkov. And that is unassisted as far as we know. 12:21 left. It's a 2-1 game. Toronto still has a 1-goal lead. That's the good news. Bobrovsky covers offensive zone faceoff. The bad news is Florida, they could make that go up in smoke instantly. Barkov falls over. Oh, it got tipped in by a Leaf. It got tipped in by Morgan Rielly. Well, that makes sense. Morgan Rielly kind of tipped it in as well. Might be an own goal. In hockey, that doesn't happen. It very rarely happens, I should say. Like, as long as it goes off a stick of an offensive player, even if it gets tipped in by a defender, it's still for the offensive player. I don't understand it, but you're right. Like, I might call it an own goal, but that's not what hockey does. It's very rare that it's an own goal. There has to be a certain set of circumstances to make something an own goal. It's very rare that I don't even offhand know the circumstances. I don't think that was one, though. I don't think that was one of it, though. 11:37 to go in the first period. Leafs still have a goal lead. Yarncroke loses the puck. Goes behind the net. So it looks like it's unassisted. Well, yeah, with the fact that it was, 7:38 through the period. 2-1. Yeah, I'll give it to him. Probably should be unassisted. 5-on-4. The Leafs are going to the power play. Throws it on. And the Leafs are going to the power play. 11:06 left in the first period. Tkachuk takes a 2-minute penalty. Leafs are going to the power play. Matthew Tkachuk took a penalty. Oh, Benoit. Leafs better score on the power play. Tkachuk's penalty, as far as we know, hasn't been said. Thank God Tavares had the wraparound. See if the Leafs score on the power play. $11:06 to go in the first period. Leafs will take the face-off. 2-minute power play. 2-1. Tkachuk's in the box for roughing. Sorry for the long message. It's fine. Leafs take a shot. Bobrovsky covers. Another face-off. 11:01. 1:55 left on the power play. Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander. The Leafs scored a power play goal last game. They've only scored one power play goal all series against the Florida Panthers. Can they make that 2? They're tied on power play goal percentage. Panthers defense is a little bit better on the penalty kill. 23 for 26 in the playoffs. The Leafs are 1 for 8 this series. A lot of their power play damage was against the Ottawa Senators, and that was the first 3 games of that series. 1:52. Marner. Oh, God. Dumps it back. Good forechecking by the Panthers right there. 1:38. Tavares has the puck. Dumps it to Marner. Back to Tavares. Or Nylander, actually. Tavares. Nylander to the high slot. Tavares to take the shot. Covered. It'll be cleared by the Florida Panthers. 121. Wolff picks it up. You could have let them ice it, but okay. 115. 10:20 left in the first period. Matthews. I think the Leafs have played better so far. They got to keep it going. McMahon. Leafs have it. Throws it on. Shot! Save by Bobrovsky. Throws it behind the net. Matthews was skating in, and it just wasn't meant to be. 52 seconds. Marner throws it on. Nice. Hopefully this isn't a shorthanded. Throws on Wolff. Covers. Defensive zone face-off. Shot save from Marner. 39 seconds on the power play. And it's getting chippy. Two one. Iced it during a power play. No. Wolff covered it. Shorthanded rush. Wolff covered it. Had no chance to pick it out. And Marner got thrown into the boards. You kidding me? That should be 5-on-3. Frankly, out of nowhere, he just got thrown into the boards. That should be 5-on-3. Colin Campbell made the call. It ain't nothing. Neutral zone face-off. That's fair. Still a power play for 39 seconds. Leafs won the draw, but not good enough to the point where it still went to Joseph Woll. Riley. Morgan Riley. Throws it forward. McMahon. Bobby McMahon. Behind. And they lose possession. 20 seconds to go. Morgan Riley. Going to get it. 16 seconds. The Leafs probably won't score on this power play unless there's some magic. Morgan Riley. Offside. 10 seconds to go. Pacioretty, Domi, McMahon, Riley. Nyes is back on. Offside. Well, this one was offside. 10 seconds. $17 hits to 5. Florida's thrown more hits than Toronto, but they've been down for most of the game, so makes sense. 3 seconds to go on the power play. The Leafs will not do anything on it. The penalty has been killed. Duh. Like every other one besides the Pacioretty goal. Jesus. 8:55 to go the first period. Gets forward. Chris Tanev throws it on. Leafs still have the zone. Marner. Shot. Save. But Bobrovsky. Nice. Tanev picks it up. Shot. Behind the net. Matthews is chasing for it. Nice. Doesn't have it. Leafs. Just unlucky there, trying to keep it in their own zone, but the Panthers have it now. Tanev. Shot. Good steal by Lawton. Scott Lawton makes the steal. Leafs go down the other way. No icing. Panthers get the puck back. 8:10 to go in the first period. Leafs still have a goal lead. 2-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goes into the half wall. Leafs. Puck battle behind the net. Block. Good block. Schmidt throws it on. Carlo behind the net. Riley. Schmidt. Slam shot saved by Wolff. 7:44 defensive zone face-off. If the game ends in a tie, does it go to overtime? Yes, it will go to overtime. Playoff games have to go to overtime, and it's 20 minutes until there's a goal scored. Normal 5-on-5 hockey. Leafs going to the penalty kill. I don't know. Tkachuk got boarded. Boarding on Carlo. Tkachuk got thrown into the boards. Cross-checking on Brandon Carlo. How? Cross-check? No. What will happen after 20 minutes if it's still a tie? Penalty shootout? No. We have another intermission, then another 20-minute 5-on-5 hockey period, or at least until there's a goal scored. So we have a double overtime. So overtime, intermission. So intermission after 3, overtime for 20 minutes, unless there's a goal scored. If there's no goal scored after 20 minutes, another intermission, second overtime, so on and so forth. Overtimes can go. There's been a game that went 5 overtimes in the bubble. Tampa versus Columbus. Look that up. Tampa versus Columbus bubble playoffs. 5 overtimes. It happened before. 7 periods of hockey. Like 8. It's happened. Most games only go 1 or 2 overtimes, but there's some times where it goes even further. It could go as long as it needs to during the playoffs. Now, during the regular season, here's the confusing part. 5-minute 3-on-3 hockey, then a shootout. So during the regular season, there's only 5 minutes of playoff hockey. And it's 3-on-3. And then there's a shootout. That might become 10 minutes of 3-on-3 next year because it did well at the 4 Nations. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. 7:44 to go. Yeah, I'm happy, Daniel. I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Leafs are on the penalty kill with 7 minutes to go of the first period. Face off. Barkov's getting taken out of the dot for Hagee, who might have a wrist injury, according to Panthers fans. The Panthers are 1 for 3 on the power play. Game 1, game 2, they were 1 for 2. They instantly scored on that 1 power play. Shot blocked by Wolff. That goes behind the net. Tanev could clear. He does, barely. 148, so this is better than last time. Brandon Carlo got called for cross-checking. I didn't see it. Boarding? Maybe. Cross-checking? No. Jones threw it on. Shot by the Panthers goes wide. That's going to go all the way back for 130. Kachuk, Reinhart, Barkov, or Hagee, Jones start off the power play for the Panthers. 7:09. I don't like the cross-checking call. Boarding, I could get behind. Cross-checking? That was like Domi. That was like the Domi cross-check call. That was bullshit. I didn't see no damn cross-check. The stick was like that. It didn't go like this. It was more like, if anything, like that. It never went perpendicular. It never did. Am I crazy? Shot. Barkov, shot blocked. Wheels around to the blue line. 50 seconds left on the power play. The Leafs are doing a good job. We'll wait. 44 seconds. Throws it on. Shot wide. 40 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. Jones, Seth Jones, who has a goal already. 34-second shot. Goes wide. Barkov, Sasha Barkov already has a goal. Throws it behind the net. Back to Sasha Barkov at the point. Barkov. To be thrown on. Blocked away. Back to Sasha Barkov. 18 seconds. Throws on. Wolff. Tapped away. Shot. Off the post. That didn't go in. 9 seconds. At the high slot. Shot. Blocked. 3, 2, 1. Shot. And the penalty is killed. The Leafs kill the penalty. Honestly, a bit shocking. Leafs are back on. Carlo's back on. They're truly back to full strength. 5:36 with left in this first period. How about you start skating? Dumps it in. No icing. They'll get a change. Forsling. Gus Forsling throws it on. Brad Marchand. Dumps it. Lundell shot wide. Oh, Lord. That line, again, almost causes a goal for the Panthers. That Marchand, Lundell, Lusterinen line, oh, my God. Learn their names. Throws on, shot, and Wolff covers. Post. At least you won't see the Celtics repeating. Another 200 minutes. It's possible. Yeah, 10 overtimes is possible, yeah. 5:03 to go, the first period. let me say this. If you are a Leafs fan, you cannot sleep on the Marchand, Lusterin, and Lundell line anymore. You cannot do that. Like, arguably, that's the Panthers' best line this whole playoffs. Or this series. Like, this series, if they didn't have the Lusterin, Lundell, Marchand line, they would not be anywhere near the 1-goal losses they've been on. So, I gotta say, I mean, you gotta be honest right now. Like, you cannot sleep. They have to figure this line out. They have to figure out the Marchand, Lundell, Lusterin line. They have to figure it out. And they just, luckily, they still have the lead. 1, 2, they got the first 2 games. But you have to figure it out. The longer this series goes, the more they could actually bite you in the ass. Winning games while they score goals, fine. You lose games, that means they bit you in the ass. The longer this series goes, the more you have to figure them out. Tkachuk's line ain't really doing anything. Bennett's line, besides elbowing Anthony Stolarz in the head, they ain't done nothing. So, basically, 5:03 left in the first period. 3/3 of the first period is gone, or 3/4 of the first period is gone. The Leafs have the lead still. This game ain't over yet, though. I can tell you that much right now. Leafs have a 2-1 lead. Tavares with a Michigan. Knies with an early goal. Bob was way off the side of the net. Knies put that thing away. A beauty. 5:03 to go. Here comes the defensive zone faceoff for John Tavares against Reinhart. Reinhart, Rodriguez line hasn't done much either. It's really the Lusterin and Marchand Lundell line. And the Leafs lose the draw, but it gets a little bit chippy. And Ekman Larsson, oh God, man, 4:56. Don't do nothing stupid. Goes behind, icing. Another defensive zone face-off. Some of these calls, man. But it's funny, the Leafs won. When it comes to home teams have not done well in round 2 of the NBA or NHL playoffs this year. The Leafs are the only team to win both home games as a home team. Washington Capitals got a home game win. We'll find out if Winnipeg wins tonight and gets one of their 2. But so far, Washington got a win. Winnipeg did not win game 1. Vegas did not win either of their game in Vegas. Ekblad, good tip. Nylander throws it forward. Ekman Larsson, why are you going backwards? 4:16. Why'd he go backwards? And that was a bad idea. Lundell. And of course it's the Lundell line. Man, the Panthers' forecheck is so good. Wolff. Clear the damn puck. 3:57. Behind the net. Of course it's the Marchand line. Of course it is. Of course it is. Mikkola throws it on. Offside. 3:50. Toronto. Easy. Toronto. Wouldn't shock me if Toronto took over a fourth of that building. Well, with the way the politics are, maybe they haven't, but wouldn't shock me. Knew the Panthers were going to push back. Leafs needed that puck out of the zone. Why did OEL step up? He should have skated forward. Luckily, it didn't bite us in the ass, but of course, who's on the ice when that happens? Lusterin and Lundell Marchand. Are you dumb? The one line it's the Panthers. You probably shouldn't do that anyway. But the one line you sure as hell shouldn't do that, sure as shine shouldn't do that against, is Lundell, Lusterin, and Marchand. Throws it on. Dear God. 3:19 to go in the first period. What do I know? Carlo. They're lucky that didn't bite them in the ass. And if that's a trip, I swear to God. Watch yourself, Wes. Watch yourself. Throws it out to the blue line for Hagee, former Leafs prospect, by the way. Is that a penalty? And the Panthers back on the power play. Hey, Pittsburgh Riverhounds deserve that win. Interference, I'm guessing, yeah? Roughing by Max Domi on Verhaeghe. 2:47 to go. Can the Leafs kill this penalty too? With 2:47 left, Domi, come on, man. If anything, well, at least that wasn't called a cross-check. Roughing, I could get behind. That wasn't a cross-check. Ay. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Here comes Wes McCauley trying to frickin' punch this game towards the Florida Panthers. 2:47. There'll be 47 seconds left if the Leafs could kill this penalty. Tkachuk, Reinhart, Barkov, or Hagee, Jones. They already killed one. The Leafs have been under duress, honestly, since the first penalty. Can they kill this? Give me a... Oh, Marner, shorthanded! Shot! Wide! And there's a stoppage of play. Marner. Did he get tripped? That was dumb from Domi. 2 minutes holding. 2 minutes for holding. The Leafs make it 4-on-4 for most of this power play. All right, we'll go with that. Marner had a shorthanded chance. Florida gets called for holding the stick. And Marner can't take the shot. 1:46 to go. 4-on-4 hockey. 1:46, 2:33. Why is TBS so behind? I swear. Florida being a little bit dirty. Marner with a shorthanded chance. And the Leafs will have about 20 seconds of power play time once this elapses. 2:30. Carter Verhaeghe called for holding the stick. It looked like Seth Jones, but okay. All right. Luckily for them, it wasn't a trip. It could have been a penalty shot. Would they even call a penalty shot, though? Dumps it in. Good clearance by the Leafs. 4-on-4, 124. Dumps it back. Get it out of the zone! 2:05. $1:12 to go. On the 4-on-4, the Leafs will have a couple of seconds of power play time. $1:01. Marchand. Good stick check to Veras, and he lost it, of course. Plays on shot. Leafs get clear. Go. Nylander. William Nylander throws it forward. Leafs lose it. 36 seconds. 33. Jones onside. Leafs can pick it up. Tanev, 27 seconds. 1:13 left in the first period. 2-1 Toronto. Goes on. Nice. Throws it forward. And the Panthers will get the possession of the puck. 12 seconds. Riverhounds had a lot of heart. I agree. 9 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Be about 20 seconds of power play time for the Leafs once the 4-on-4 is over. 46 seconds, 13 seconds of power play time. So it really didn't matter at all. Tanev going forward. 38 seconds. Oh, Lord. Shot by Wolff. Covers it. Full strength. 31 seconds left of the first period. 12 shots to 8. Matthews making a run. Throws it behind. Carlo. And they lost the puck. Wolff. Clear. Leafs. Yes. Down the zone. Marner with another rush chance. Matthews with a slap shot wide. 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's the end of the first period. 2-1 at the end of one. I think the Leafs had a really good first 10 minutes. Second 10 minutes were more Panthers. The Leafs were under duress until Marner got the stick held. I'm now ahead of you. Yeah, TBS is behind for some reason. 2-1 at the end of one. It's 20 minutes down, 40 to go. Hildeby's the backup tonight. I don't know if that's a good idea. The freaking Marlies aren't playing. Why is Matt Murray not there? Either way, 2-1 Leafs. I'll take it. I'll take it. Leafs lead after 20. Leafs lead after 20. The Costco guys did the drums for the Panthers. 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. 5 big booms for your poverty hockey team. Boom, 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 boom. Lol. With that being said, sit tight. We'll take a short break at the intermission. The Leafs have a 2-1 lead. That is pretty cool. E-bug. The E-bug. Oh, wait. No. Don't give me PTSD, kid. I'm joking. The Leafs lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for them. Sorry, I had to get that out. No. You set me off. That you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. These Leafs are different, but still. I hope they're wrong. If anything, I think the Leafs will score 5. Barkov, Reinhart, Rodriguez assists. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Either way, it's okay. It's okay. EXC, how we doing? I'm good. The Leafs are winning 2-1. It's just Lewis had to bring up the E-bug. And the last time the Leafs had an E-bug situation against them, they lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for them. Oh, God, are we going to get reminded of that if we play the Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final? Yeah, it may not be the first time you see me have a PTSD attack because of that. Probably won't be the first time. I just realized they're probably going to talk about it. Sit tight, I'll be back. 2-1 after 1. We're back for the intermission. Well, I don't think it really matters. TFC2 is a kids team, a youth team, or a backup team. I don't think that matters. I don't think the sports gods be like, oh, the backup team is sacrificing for the Leafs. I don't think that is. I just think the Leafs, tomorrow's the sacrifice. We sacrifice Saturday for Friday and Sunday. Right now, it looks like that's the case. And I'm not going to be mad about it unless, well, we'll see. There's small situations where I'm mad about it, but whatever. What is Biz doing? What is Biz doing? Timbers 2-1, 1-0. Well, good for you. You have a competent franchise. You have a competent franchise. Good for you. I would say the Leafs had the first 10 minutes were good for the Leafs. I think they were the better team through the first 10 minutes. Panthers, I think, were better through the second 10 and during those power plays when they hemmed the Leafs in. Luckily enough, the Leafs didn't allow a second goal when they were being hemmed in. Also, good job from Marner on that shorthanded rush that led to the 4-on-4. I don't know if he would have killed that penalty if he didn't do that. So luckily he had that. So with that being said, I'll take a 2-1 lead. But Leafs, we got to wake up a bit. We got to wake up a bit coming up to this second period. But right now, I'll take the lead. Now let's push it. Let's push it. We still have one more face-offs than the Florida Panthers. 5 blocks to 4, 10 hits to 23, 12 shots to 8. No, that's not right. 13 shots to 10, actually. We still have one more face-offs, though. The Leafs have been winning face-offs after face-offs. I mean, they're really good at face-offs right now. Back in the day, they weren't this good at face-offs, which is good because a lot of their face-offs are now being done in the defensive zone. If you don't win those draws, you're probably Paul Bissonnette, Talk's assistant. Oh, Lord. I like Biz. I like Biz. They're making excuses for Kachuk. Second period about to start soon. Got to keep playing like the first half of the first period. Second half, not so much. You're off the case, Bob. You're off the case, Bob. 70% on face-offs for the Leafs. How we doing, Lewis? Second period about to start. Just saying hi because I'm still here. Hey. Huh. 50% hotel bookings down for Jays in Seattle. Okay. So, yeah, less Canadians are there for this game. Second period about to start. 3 minutes left in this intermission. 2-1 Leafs. Yeah, it's Florida. Well, but Leafs fans have gone down there before until, well, go with that what you will. Do with that what you will. I thought it was a pretty good first period for the Leafs, all things considered. That does sound nice. Second period about to start. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. Second period about to start. Leafs have a 1-goal lead, 2-1 Toronto. All things considered, feeling good. Oh, I love this. Leafs, pay attention. You're up 2-1 and got the lead. F the lead. Keep shooting the puck till Bob's got nothing left. Does that sound familiar? Pay attention. Nobody shot an effing thing. Oh, by the way. Oh, by the way. Oh, by the way. Shout out Leafs game thread. I did not come up with that one on my own. That was shout out to the Leafs game thread for that one. Florida is chasing this game, though. They are desperate. That's the good news. The bad news is the Leafs, we're going to find out. if they can handle and steal one, because this looks like a steal one game. They started off well, 2-goal lead. Riley with the own goal. Is this the closest Toronto? As Toronto and TFC get revenge on the Bob Bradley hiring? No. No, getting revenge is winning. Getting revenge is somebody taking Toronto out of the doldrums and winning with TFC. That's the revenge. So no, they ain't even close. But there ain't many people to get them close to that. And I think one of them who can doesn't even want the damn job, which if he was smart, which him being smart, that's a good idea. That being Bobby Smirniotis. I don't even think he wants the job, which that's smart for his sake. He could take them to winning. He probably don't want the job because he's smart. He already created his own damn academy and CPL team. Why should he go to Toronto when he could still win with Forge and Sigma? Why? Exactly, why? And we're off in the second period. The Leafs. Marner has the puck. They still have it at center. Goes to the blue line of the Panthers. 19:35 to go the second period. No, revenge for the Bob Bradley hire for TFC is somebody picking TFC out of the doldrums and having them win. That's revenge. That's revenge. That's going to be iced by the Florida Panthers. Yes, offensive zone face-off, 19:17 to go. Okay. But yeah, no, Bobby Smirniotis certainly won't go to Toronto now. He'd be dumb to do it. If he got an MLS job, it probably won't be Canada. Unless, well, no. Can he speak French? Leafs lose the zone. 1904. Dumps it back, the Florida Panthers. They can clear the zone. Reinhart throws it. Carlo doesn't have the puck battle. Stoppage of play. $18.51. Still 2-1. See where the face-off is. A defensive zone face-off on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Aye. To the blue line. Kulikov. Shot saved by Wolff. Didn't cover it, though. Goes back to center. 18:26. Sam Bennett dumped it in. Benoit gets to clear. Leafs. Puck battle at the wall. Now with the Panthers. Throws it on. Stick check. Good job. That might have been a little bit risky by Ekman Larson, but still 5-on-5 hockey. I could have seen the refs calling that. I really could have. Sam Bennett goes behind the net. Kulikov. Shot. Blocked. And it's dumped. Leafs could clear. The Panthers didn't know where it was. Lorenz. Throws it to Benoit. Benoit. Throws it on to Lawton. Scott Lawton. Loses it. Nosek. Shot. Oh, man. A block shot and tipped away. 17:28 through the second. Ekblad. Ekblad throws it across the ice. There's a penalty, and the Leafs are on the power play. Tripping, interference by Greer against Bobby McMahon is the penalty. In their own zone, in the offensive zone, mind you, Okay, Leafs are on the power play. Bobby McMahon, Greer interfered with Bobby McMahon, which leads to the penalty. Power play for the Leafs. Interference. Offensive zone face-off. Greer on interference. Marner throws it on. Loses the handle. Marner throws it down to the point. Nylander. Marner. Shot. Block. Goal. Goal. Leafs scored. 3-1. John Tavares on the power play. Their second power play goal of the series. Leafs score. 3-1. John Tavares. Throws it on from the high slot. Tipped in by John Tavares. Marner throws it on in the high slot. Tavares tips it in. Past Bobrovsky over the glove. John Tavares with a power play goal. His 5th of the postseason. Well, the good thing is they don't play after June. They normally don't play into June, and they never play after June. So, but you have a point. But hey, no taxes. But hey, in Florida, there's no state taxes, so good for them. 16:56. Marner with a shot. Marner had the assist, but let's see where the assists come up. 2:52 through the period. A power play goal. His 28th career postseason goal for John Tavares. 5th goal of the playoffs. And the Leafs back to a 2-goal lead within a 4th of the second period and 5 minutes away from halfway through the game. Marner, Nylander assists. Yep. Nylander played it to Marner. Marner put it on, and Tavares tipped it in. Power play goal. 2:52 through the period. And it's 3-1 Toronto. 2-goal lead, boys. Lovely. Are we really going to win this game? It's not even halfway yet. Calm down, Ryan. Calm down. Calm down. Plays it on. Shot. Throws it on. Good clearance by the Leafs. That's going all the way back. 16-14. And it was touched by the Panthers. This shouldn't be an icing, and it is. West! The ice looks a bit liquidy tonight. You might have a point. What do you think, Rory? He's the one who actually can ice skate. It doesn't look good to me, but I agree. It kind of does look a little bit liquidy. But Toronto had some bad ice game 5 against Ottawa. So, you know, it does look a little bit bad. It does look a little bit humid in that building, which is Florida and Miami. So, icing. Icing again. What do you think, Rory? Does it look bad to you? I just watch hockey. I can roller skate. If I tried, I could probably learn how to ice skate and play some beer league hockey. I play good floor hockey. You know, if I put it all together, I could probably. But either way, which I wouldn't mind doing that or playing a celebrity game, you know. Tavares power play goal, shot wide. Wolff. Did that go in? To be fair, it's 27 Celsius. No goal. No goal. They waved no goal. Florida's ice. Yeah, Florida's ice. That's the game they're playing right now. What do you think? Florida's ice. He should know better than me. Probably knows more of the ins and outs. Wolff. I got to see this. Shot. The puck gets pulled off the line. Wolff covers it with his hand. Oh, that might have went in. Wolff's hand got pushed in. I don't know, man. I think that puck might have got pushed in. It might be 3-2. It might be 3-2. It depends on when they blew the whistle. It depends. Wolff covered it with his hands. I think that got pushed in. Referee did wave no goal. Like, man, I could see this being a goal for the Panthers. And I'm not going to get mad at it because I think it got pushed in. I think all the sticks, the puck got pushed in. If they can't see it, it didn't cross the line. It's right there. It's right there. It did cross the line. You could kind of see it cross the line. It should be 3-2 Panthers. If they don't get this. If they don't get this, they I think it's a goal. It's 3-2 Panthers. It's 3-2 Panthers. That did go in. It just barely went in. It did go in. It did get tapped in. It did get tapped in. Like, you can't say it didn't. It is a goal. Well, at least as far as I could tell. Wolff clearly pushed that into the net. No way they say that was a goal. Oh, that's in, but was it before the whistle? That's the question. You can't even see the puck, dude. That's a goal if the whistles didn't go there. Yeah. I don't. We have a goal. Yep, Florida scored. 3-2. 3-2 Florida. It is a goal. Yep, goal. Florida's ass is not one of the best. It's mid at best. And the Leafs are back up 1. 15:46. Florida scored. It went in. It went in. Like, there's... When was the whistle and Wolff getting pushed in? It's 3-2. Bro, he got pushed. Whistle was blown and the player's pushing a puck. Dear God, Berube, don't challenge. Ekblad pushed him into the net. Like, don't challenge it, Berube. Don't challenge it. He did not. Good. Don't challenge it because you'll go down a man, and that's not a good idea. I mean, the NHL is going to call that a goal. They're going to keep it a goal on review if you challenged it. So there was no reason to do that. He did not challenge. That's the good news. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Puck don't lie, baby. Puck don't lie. Let's get it back. That's what we got to do. 15:26. We'll see who they gives it to. He's not. Okay, good. He did not. Because that's a smart play. Because challenging it, it's really hard to get them to overturn it. And besides, the NHL would probably definitely keep it up and give us the penalty, and that would just screw us anyway. 3-2 Florida. Good tip. Leafs still have the lead, though. That's the good news. Bad news is it is Reinhart with assist from Rodriguez and Ekblad. Well, yeah, Ekblad should get an assist. He pushed Wolff to the net. Sam Bennett. Shot. Goal. And it's tied. And it's tied 3-3. Oh, shit. Before halfway, it's tied 3-3. Sam Reinhart gets the goal called in. And Sam Bennett scores. No, he throws it on to Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe with a goal. 4:13 through the period for the called goal. 3-2. Carter Verhaeghe. Three. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they probably are. Yeah, they probably are. Yeah, no, this one's they're probably going to blow. This one's the one they're probably going to blow. It is on the road, though. It would be awesome if they figured this out. It would be. Punch back, damn it. Punch back. I'm just pissed off that Ball got pushed into the net. That's a goal. 2 minutes later, the Panthers score. Rightfully so. 2 goals in 103. Actually, 103. Of course. The league just doing a little bit of pushing for the Panthers, and then they get one themselves. Of course. Verhaeghe, assisted by Bennett. Ay, ay, ay. 3-3, 14-16 to go. The Leafs were doing good until the referees pulled some bullshit. The Leafs were doing good. The Panthers are the Panthers. They don't need fans because they don't have any until playoffs hit. Here we are. Stoppage of play, 3-3. Ay, ay, ay. Carter Verhaeghe, Bennett assist, 5:16 through the period, 3-3. Can the Leafs figure this out? Can they punch back? Or will the Leafs lose? Wes McCauley ref playoff game is a total shit show. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? $13.53 to go. Bennett Tkachuk assists. It's 5:17 through the period. 3-3. Wake up, Leafs. Wake up. Leafs have to get one positive result on the road. They look like they would until bullshit happened. And then they let one in. Marner was skating slow on the back check, and it paid. He paid the price. So the Leafs paid the price. Ay, ay, ay. Two-goal lead, just a freaking punch back, Leafs. Punch back. Let's get some pushback. Offensive zone face-off. Verhaeghe, third goal of the playoffs. Tkachuk, Sam Bennett with the assists. Carlo throws it down. Leafs have it. Not good enough. Leafs had a 2-goal lead twice. 1-goal lead back to a 2-goal lead. Now it's a tie game. I mean, referee bullshit. Wall got pushed into the net. And then face off. Defensive zone face off. Wake up, Leafs. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's get the lead back. Oh, Bettman's there. Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he's there. Of course he's there. Leafs have 0 shots on goal through the second period. 13:22 to go. Of course Bettman's there. Of course he's there. He's got to make sure Colin Campbell's team and George Paros's the team who pants George Peros on a weekly basis, if not daily, don't get screwed. Of course. Shot. Oh, and his pet project because he loves Southern hockey. Screw you, Bettman. You fool. Makes me wonder if he rigged the draft lottery for the Islanders. 1254. See, I can see why they showed the lottery, the lottery procedure. So it was like, hey, we didn't. We didn't. Shot. We didn't rig this. Bullshit. Probably did. San Jose won't complain. They'll still get the second pick. At the blue line, shot, save, punched away. 12:29. The Leafs need some ozone time. They need some ozone time for sure. Benoit throws it on. Domi, Max Domi. Good job. And McCabe's limping. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. The same Bettman who refused to give Quebec City a team. Exactly. And McCabe is limping now. Jake McCabe is limping now. Holy shit. Please tell me he lost a blade. Please tell me all that happened was he lost a blade. Oh, he took a puck off the ankle. Of course. His skate broke. Okay, fine. He lost a blade. Okay, good. I don't want him to be hurt. Losing a blade is better than getting hurt. I guess you don't want to hurt the plastic on the skate. That's why he was limping. Makes sense. 12:14 to go. Getting close to halfway through the game. Let's keep it tied through halfway. Throws it in. Leafs could clear. They barely do. Oh, shit. Woll got back in there. Good. Ekblad throws it wide. Shit. Woll! Oh, good. Tanev. Nylander. Clear it out of the zone. $11:37. The one sport I want to watch live is ice football. Winnipeg plays Dallas before Toronto plays. Okay. That's interesting. We got Washington, Carolina tomorrow, Edmonton, Vegas. Well, I mean, hockey pretty much is. I know it is a real sport, but hockey pretty much is, if you think about it to a certain extent. It slightly is, if you really want to think about it. I mean, you just use sticks instead of your feet, and it's a round puck instead of a ball. And it's 5-on-5 instead of... Arguably it is, I mean, arguably you could say hockey is football times lacrosse, but with a puck on ice. It kind of... At least that's how I started understanding lacrosse. It's like football plus hockey, but with a vertical stick and a ball on grass. So you can kind of, do that what you will. Kicks it forward, nice. Ironically enough, in hockey, you can't score a goal by kicking. But you can score a goal by pushing a goalie into the net. I'm still not happy about it. 11:01. Left in the second period. Leafs throw it on. Shot wide. Lorentz, man, what if he got a game winner? He's known for getting some of those, would have been nice. Yarncrook. Lorentz around the wall. Benoit behind the net. Throws it on. Shot. Lorentz gets back up. A clapper by Benoit. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. 10-27. The Leafs have sort of settled down since the 2 goals against by the Panthers. Yep, because he can't score. Face off, 10-27. 27 seconds away from halfway through the game. Leafs had the draw, but not exactly. McMahon throws it to Holmberg. Domi behind the net. Ekman Larson throws it wide. That's pretty much all he could do. Domi. McMahon behind the net. Bobby McMahon. Foul. Stoppage of play. 1:40 in the morning for you. Well, damn. 10:06 to go in the first period. Power play for the Leafs. Yeah, that's a penalty. That was dumb. Kulikov goes to the box. Leafs have a power play. 9:47. 10:06 left in the first period or second period. Kulikov to the box. Leafs on the power play. 3-3. There was a little punch there. Holding. Leafs power play. Nyes, Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander. Throws it on. Shot. Goes wide. Nylander picks the puck back to the high slot. Doesn't overjump the puck or the stick. That's a good thing. 1:46. Shot! Tip! Nothing on it. They lose the zone. Wolff. Power play 1 for 3 tonight. 3 shots on the power play for the Leafs. One of those was that 20-second left power play, which nothing really. 1:23, 9:28. Matthews lost it. Marner. Nyes. Nylander. Luckily right there to pick it. Marner skates into the slot. Throws it. Nylander wide. 55 seconds. Leafs still have it. Tavares. Marner. Still the main power play unit. Hey, at least each unit has a goal. 42 seconds because game 1 or game 2, Pacioretty's unit got a goal. Now the main unit got a goal. 34 seconds. Oh, no. They almost got it on the forecheck, Florida. Jesus. 8:30, Riley. Domi. Lose it. Shot. Wide. It got blocked. 5 seconds. Leafs could break. Domi. Domi goes to center. Throws it on. Pacioretty. Behind the net. That's an icing on the Panthers. 7:53 left in the second period. We're over halfway through the game. 3-3 draw. 3-3 tie. Marchand's look good tonight. He always does. Marchand's line is always the good line. And luckily for Florida, they're finally getting production from the non-Marchand line. Barkov with the put it on, own goal by Riley. Reinhart got pushed into the net, or Woll got pushed into the net. Reinhart gets the goal, but Ekblad pushed Woll into the net, so that's where we'll go with that. Verhaeghe, Tkachuk, Bennett. So the good news is the fact the Panthers have more than the Marchand line tonight. That's their good news. It's not just Lusterin and Marchand and Lundell. It's everybody else. So if they got a goal, not good. But the Leafs still have a draw over halfway through the game. I'm nervous for the Jets later. Well, you should be. You finally lost at home. I'm still not nervous. $7:53 to go. Marty St. Louis is the fourth best coach out of our 10 coaches. Of the past, what? The last 10? Yeah, I saw that post too. I thought you'd find it yourself, so I didn't send it to you. Maybe I should have. Well, no, you saw it, so there you go. Neutral zone face-off. Leafs throw it in. 7:45. Lawton. Goes forward. Good job, Wool, with a stick clearance. I would have gloved it, but okay. The more you push the puck forward, maybe you'll actually break out of the zone, so I get it. 7:16. Thankfully, Morrissey is back tonight. Yep. Y'all need him for sure. 7:16. Paul Maurice is pissed off about something. I did not see anything about the new Assassin's Creed, but Salem Witch Trials, that's interesting. If anything, that's interesting. 15 shots to 14. The Leafs are getting outshot by the Panthers now. I mean, it's not surprising. The Leafs have normally gotten outshot this year under Berube. I think they did game 2, 1, and 2, actually, so it's not like that matters to a certain extent. Matthews. Oh, God. That's how you don't win a hockey game. He threw it straight back to a Panther. You're wearing blue and white, Austin. You've never worn red as a Leafs player. Hell, even as a USA player. It was blue. Mostly blue. Like, I get if Marner does it, he played for Canada. Ironically enough. There was a little bit of a sash to that Canada jersey at the World or the Four Nations. I can understand if he does it. You? So good, a defensive forward and almost freaking blows it anyway. Yeah, cool. 6:13, icing, defensive zone faceoff. Interesting. 6:12 to go. Remember when Matthews was a goal scorer? Man, if he was a goal scorer plus the defense he's put in, shit, man. Ay, ay, ay. Face off. Scoreboard for TNT. The shot counter's probably going to be changed. 15-14. What is 15-14 for the NHL Game Center as well? Face off. Leafs. Have it from the neutral zone. Benoit. 5:59. Getting close to 3/4 through the second. Can we find some, boys? Tavares. 5:47. Good play. Nice. Hey, nice. Nice. Good. Back to center. I'll take it. More than anything, I'll take that. These Leafs got to get better at getting out of the zone. They're lucky that didn't get anywhere. That felt like a bad ice. That felt like bad ice that led to that bounce. 5:20. Shot, saved by Wolff. It goes behind the net. Shot, wide, Leafs. Clear it! Benoit, there we go. They'll gain the zone, dump it in, and not chase. Chase the puck. And once you do, you get pinched out of the zone. Shot, wide, goal! Goal! Panthers make it 4-3. Nosek scores. Oh, God. .453. That was a laser. That was a laser. Tomas Nosek scores. Well, we've needed at least 4 goals to win every game, so what in the world's happening? The Leafs are choking. Wolff, it gets past him. Nosek takes the shot, and it gets past him. Well, you have to save that, yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this one, man. I think we're going to lose this one. I think we're done. It's going to be 2-1. It's going to be 2-1 after tonight. It's just too much. It's just too much. Goal for Florida. 7 career goals for Tomas Nosek in the playoffs. Shit! Three, 4. Yeah, I think the Leafs are losing this game. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be totally honest. I think this one's over. I know there's still a period in 5 minutes, but worst period of the playoffs so far. Well, looking like Vesa Toskala. Amazing first period, completely wasted. I have a bad feeling this might be the one. No assists on the Nosek goal yet. It's 4-3. I think this might be the one. I think the Panthers might get this one. I have a bad feeling, man. Lord. If only they didn't call that push. Man. Leafs let that very good first slip. Yep. I mean, the Panthers are the Panthers. I mean, I can't get totally mad. If anybody could do this, it's the Panthers. I mean, that should be interference, but I don't know why they're looking at that. I mean, Golovic did interfere. But they're going to take the face off and not challenge, because honestly, that might just hurt you anyway. Because if you get it wrong and you go to the power play, guess what? Florida's a really good team on the power play. So Schmidt and Greer for the assist. .1507 through the period. 3-4. Leafs got to tie this damn thing up, man. If anybody could punch back, it's the Leafs. Panthers fans are pushing their team right now. Yeah, because they finally showed up because it's the playoffs. Yay, good for you. Offside, neutral zone faceoff, or not. They're just going to let it play on. 4:02. Can the Leafs find a late goal? Who they have on right now? Probably not. See, the Panthers finally got production from everybody but their third line. And funnily, their third line ain't done shit tonight. Ugh. You might be right. Ekblad to the blue line. Shot wide. Where's the puck? Shot by Rodriguez wide. See, it's just not going for the Leafs tonight. It's not their night. They just don't have it tonight. The heart. I know they're playing in Florida. That doesn't really help, but 3:07. See you later. Like waking up, like it's just not there for the Leafs right now. Let's have a better third, boys. Let's have a better third. You can still win this game. That's the good news. The bad news is offside. Bad news is the Leafs are down. For the first time this whole series. Wait, no, actually, no. They were down in game 2 and they came back to win. My bad. They were down. They weren't down game 1. Game 2, they were. Let's go back. Down, tied, up, tied, up, 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 up. They were always up in game 1. Now, they've been down a couple of times. They were down a couple of times in game 2. That's my bad. 2:25. This ain't the Ottawa series. Florida hadn't been that bad. Ottawa, they were down for God knows. They never had a lead until what, game 4? Or was it like late in game 3? Either way. That was home ice for Ottawa, though. Kulikov gets it at center. 151. And this might be 5. Verhaeghe! At least shepherded to the wide area. Shot wide, save. Woll gets a save there. Okay, that's good. Leafs need to wake up. Post. Hit the post. Leafs need to wake up, boys. The Winnipeg Jets have never won a playoff series where they lost game 1. Well, makes sense. 136. Let's just get out with a point down, a goal down. Let's just get out with a goal down. You might save yourself then. If we let this go down 2, by the end of 2, we might be screwed. We might truly be screwed. Right now, we could save this. Lorentz takes a shot off the net. The net comes off. The net comes off. 119. And there's a fight. Whoa. Leafs were celebrating a little bit when the net came off. Bobrovsky almost got run by his own guy. We got a scrap. Why exactly, though? Like, what did the Leafs do to cause a scrap? Or what did the Florida Panthers do to a Leaf to cause it? Somebody got jumped, I bet, yeah? In theory, that should be goalie interference, yeah. Stoppage of play. Steven Lorentz throws it on. Bobrovsky makes the save. Nosek dives into the net, and there gets to be a fight as it goes. All right. Well, he didn't run Bob, though. He just ran the net. Make sure the Leafs can't score. Just throw the net off its moorings, yeah? Why were they celebrating that? If anything, I think the guy only went in. Well, he ran into the camera. No sex going down the tunnel. For what? For what? Bob covered it. For what? He's going down the tunnel. What? He ran into the camera? Punk. 119. He ran into the camera? My head hit the camera. My head. Interesting. His beacon to the net. Well, that makes sense. Looks like he's back. Hey, at least he didn't get an embellishment call. 115. 113. Icing offensive zone face-off. Man, we need stallers. Man, the Leafs need stallers. I'm going to say that right now. It's back on the bench now. Leafs playing dirty. Florida ain't taking none of that. Oh, hold on. The Florida Panthers are not playing dirty. The Leafs are playing dirty. Do you know who they're playing? You must be a Florida fan. Florida not playing dirty. You are blind. Florida's the dirty team here. And freaking Wes McCauley's reffing this game. Gary Bettman's in the damn house. Of course we're losing now. 48 seconds. Man, what if the Leafs tied this up anyway? Dirty my ass. Leafs are dirty my ass. 44 seconds to go in the first period. Yeah, the Leafs look like crap. I'll tell you that much. But dirty? Only thing that's dirty is their pants right now because it looks like they're shitting them. Wasn't Tampa the most physical team? Yeah, now it's Florida, but they're dirty. Tampa was never dirty. They were just physical. Florida's dirty and physical. They're both. They're dirty and physical. Goes behind the net. 28 seconds. Just keep it tied. Or not tied. Keep it down one. Holmberg. If you steal one, great. Which they won't. Holmberg. Tavares. Not there. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And it's going to be the end of the period, 4-3. End of 2, it's 3-4. The Panthers lead. Leafs have a third period after the intermission to try to get this back. And they've had a horrible second period. Some bullshit, but because they got old and Florida got dirty. That's how. With that being said, the end of 2, it's 4-3 for Florida. Leafs are down 1. They got to wake up. They have an intermission to wake up. Craig Berube better rip into these guys. Craig Berube better rip these guys a new asshole. That's what I'm going to say. We can't have another period like this. No. Not in Florida, at least. Dirty, and bullshit. If anything, the second goal was bullshit. If anything, their second goal was bullshit, but okay. Can the Leafs bring this back? I hope to God they do. Sit tight, be back. 1 goal deficit. Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's get it going. And we move. 4-3 Florida after 2. All right, we're back. After the intermission, or during, I should say, Leafs did get a goal early on in the second period on the power play. Tavares with a tip in. The Leafs have allowed 3 straight goals, 3 unanswered goals. They've had a horrible second period. They have 2 shots less than the Panthers, but the Panthers have found a way to take this lead back, and we have 20 minutes to go. The Panthers had their best period of this series, I would say, so far. They've shut down the Leafs through the second period, besides the early power play goal. Wolff has been very much outplayed tonight. He definitely has put himself in a bad position to allow those goals. 20 more minutes to try to take a 3-0 lead. Can the Leafs come back? I hope they come out during the third period with a freaking chip on their shoulder. That's what I'm going to say. Not for game 4, no. Not for game 4. If they win game 4, if they lose tonight, win game 4, I'm not going to be scared. If they lose both games in Florida, they have to win both in Toronto. I will be scared if they lose both. Let's put it like that. If they lose both in Florida, I'm going to be scared. This could be just a bad night that it was going to be hard for them to win anyway. It just sucks they had a 3-1 lead and they blew it anyway. That's the problem. But we'll see what happens. Like, I'll be scared if they lose both in Florida. Then I'll start being like, oh, shit. Like, a 3-1 series lead is still pretty much good for the Leafs. Like, they should have it. They should have it. The problem is, that if they win one of these two, I mean, I shouldn't be afraid. Hell, losing tonight, I shouldn't be afraid. It's a bad night. They might still pull this one out. Who knows? Who knows? Florida will be nervous. They're down 2-0 in the series. They say, no, 1 goal won't be enough. They put the hammer down. Let's get it done. You know what? Good. That was a bad decision from Marner. Yeah, he didn't skate on the back check at all on that 4th goal. You can't let them have that, even if it might have been interference. Got to stay with Bennett. Don't curve and turn back. Exactly. Wake up, Leafs. Come on. Come on, boys. Wake up. Yeah, that was a bad decision from Marner. Let's wake up, boys. In Berube, we trust. That's what I'm going to say. We need to be more like the first than the second. That's all I'm going to say. Waiting for the third period to start. Come on, boys. Come on. Punch back. Punch back. That's all I ask. Punch back, Toronto. Punch back. You did it game one. Well, when you needed to, you did it game one. Game two, that was full of punchbacks. Punch back. That's all I'm asking for. Yeah, I'd rather the second period be the shit period if there had to be one. If you had to choose one, I'd rather it be the second. Good start, good finish, horrible middle. That's better than nothing, you know? It's better than having it at the end or the start. You don't want to be down like that early. You certainly don't want to end with a horrible period like the second. Maybe we have two good bookends and one horrible middle. Third period about to start. 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Okay. See how that goes next summer. Second period, we got speed bagged by the Florida Panthers. Speed bagged. Overtime is funny. There's nothing I want more right now than overtime, but when it was 3-1, the thought made me nauseous. Well, yeah. Might also have been all that potato salad. I don't know. Got way too much before the game. That might have helped. I don't know. Third period. Third period about to start. Can the Leafs figure this out? Chris Tanev has not had 2.5 blocks yet. Matthews to score a goal. He has not done that yet. Would be nice if he could. $13 million just to back check and win faceoffs. Are you that injured? Seriously. Get a damn goal, Austin. Get a damn goal. Jets and Stars play 8:50 puck drop. Only a fine? A hearing for a fine? They've never done that before. And he's also not a Florida Panther, so that makes no sense. Third period, boys. Are you going to do Liga MX final? If the Leafs keep making it further, no. Unless they don't play a Thursday and Sunday, then we'll... If the Leafs don't play a Thursday and Sunday, which, with the way the series goes, they probably have to lose this series just so I can do it. So... Or they sweep and Carolina and Washington go all the freaking way, which I think that's more semifinal weekend anyway, so we might still have a problem. 4 shots in the second period for the Leafs. Yeah, all the play was in the Leaf zone pretty much the whole second period. Third period, boys. Tie up your socks. Tie up your shoes. We got to win a hockey game. We got to win a hockey game. Tie up your shoes. We got to win a hockey game. Let's go. Let's get this going. 20 minutes of hockey. Did I? All right. Well, okay. Third period, boys. Third period. Horrible decision from Peros. Geez, but not surprised. At least Colin Campbell didn't make a call this time. This was the Vegas Golden Knights. He doesn't give a shit. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. Yeah, Waugh should have got, I think, 2 personally off that cross check, but I say 2. I say 2. Or 1 and the fine. And somehow Edmonton didn't score on that 5-minute major just after. Makes me feel better about Ottawa Game 4. Overtime in Game 4 in Ottawa. Also the 3 games we won since then. So at least the Leafs aren't the only ones who didn't score on a 5-minute major in overtime. And, well, Edmonton has a pretty stout offense too, you know. It's not like it's shocking, right? Third period. Well, it is pretty shocking they didn't. 27 seconds to the start of the third period. The Leafs need to get one back. Will they? Okay. Let's do this, boys. Marner should have really skated on that freaking 4th goal, I swear. The back check wasn't there at all. Let's go, boys. Let's wake up. Let's hope Berube woke him up in the intermission. Let's hope. Nosek got a goal, 1 goal, 2 shots, 5 minutes on the ice. Almost 6 minutes. 20 minutes to go. Possible overtime, of course. Leafs win the offensive or the starting face-off of the period. Let's get more time in the Florida zone. That would be really good. That'd be really, really good. Nyes. Leafs have it. Throws it forward into the neutral zone. And Matthews lost the puck. Ay, ay, ay. Maple Leafs are literally in trouble. Yeah, they're in trouble, but they can find their way. Oh, shit. Whoa, goal. No, it wasn't. It didn't go in. Holy shit. That could have been 5. And honestly, it should have been. I cannot believe that didn't go in. Did Wolff get a stick to that? Wow. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, no, this period's going to be a shit show, too. That was on Wolff completely. Now, you may not. I don't think Wolff deserves all the crap he's getting in this game. There he did. If he got crap for that, I don't blame anybody. If he let that in, I understand if he got crap for that because he should have. I think he got to stick to it. He had to. Holy crap. Schmidt throws it forward. Can the Leafs figure this out? Can we get a goal? I don't know about early. Just get a third period goal before they score. Tie this game up. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I don't care if it's now. Just score. Tavares! Bobrovsky makes the save, pushes it forward. Offside. Ay. What was Wool doing? Let's see if he got a stick to it. It just went wide. Neutral zone face-off. Tanev. Shot wide. Pick it and just pass it. Tanev. Dear God. Florida's forecheck is on fire right now. Rolls it around the boards. Man, these guys don't get tired. Leafs might. Florida don't. That's the big story. Bobby McMahon throws it into the zone. He goes at the boards. They don't get it. Holmberg throws it on. Leafs. They don't have it. Lundell. Lawton. Loretz throws it on. You got to be faster than that. I swear, you have to be faster than that. And Verhaeghe, good stick check. You got to be faster than that. Steven Lorentz, and he loses it to Sam Bennett, of course. 16:35 shot. Is it a block? Wall blocks it, covered, face off. The extra gear the Panthers have is taking penalties every period or every shift and just daring the refs to call it. Wolves keeping the Leafs in the game. Oh, really? Yeah, he's made some big saves. He's let in some softies. Izzy kept him into the game. Come on now. Defensive zone face-off. 16:29. Marner has no room. He dumps it. And the Panthers, nope, the Leafs do have the puck for now, and they give it away. Oh, Lord. $15.41. Leafs steal it back. Carlo, good stick check. Clear it, Leafs. Nylander. Oh, good. Lets it go just before he gets hit. Dumps it in. Mikkola. Domi. Leafs. Throw it in. Goes behind the net. Mikkola. Pacioretty. 14:45. Icing on the Panthers. We need a goal. Playing forward. Ekman Larson. Throws it wide. Leafs. Matthews. Riley. 14:28. Dumps it in. Leafs have it. Nice. And it got cleared by the Leafs. Wool. Oh, shit. Get into the crease. Okay, good. Nice. Throws it wide. McCabe. Throws it behind. Wide. 13:48. Lawton throws it in. Offside. Man, I hope Tanev's okay. But Tanev is out. TV timeout. Mikko Rantanen, first player since Corey have a hat trick back-to-back playoff games. Well, good for him. Face off. Oh. Face off. Neutral zone. Panthers win the draw, 13:31 to go. And that's going to be an icing offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. 13:24. Tanev is out of the game right now. Yep. That's why I don't drink. Take care of your liver. That's why I don't drink. Shot, and Bobrovsky covers for offensive zone face-off. Man, a 3-1 lead and they blew it. Shit. Well, that's not the first time. It's not the first time. Offensive zone face-off, Tavares, 13-19. Tavares will be thrown out the dot. Well, I'll eat a lot of meat, so that's good. Carlo throws it on, and it's blocked. And they can rush. Rodriguez, stick check. Push to the center while the Leafs get back. Good. Shot by Wall, saved, or shot at Wall and saved. 13:05. Good stick check to make sure it pushes him wide for a second. $13.05. Failure on all sides. Just have Wall continue to play the puck. McCabe. Can the Leafs get forward? 6 shots on goal since the first period. You can't play a 20-minute game and expect to win against the Florida Panthers. Hell, even the Ottawa Senators. You can't do it. Shot! Goes behind the net. Ekman-Larsson loses the zone. The Leafs will have to get back. Holmberg, 12:37. Domi. I mean, third period's been pretty solid for the Panthers, all things considered. I wouldn't say it was as good as the second. Leafs have it and lose it. It does. It does. I wish they were a Division III hockey team. They play like one. They play like a Division III hockey team and somehow won the Stanley Cup. Icing, offensive zone faceoff. And dirty. 12:04. Big play incoming. The stick holding is egregious, man. Offensive zone face-off. Come on, boys. 12:04. Let's get a tying goal. That's what I'm asking for. Leafs win the draw. Marner. Of course, the ref runs right into him. You really got to make it obvious, don't you, you shits, that everything's against the Leafs. Okay. All right. Marchand. I mean, you kind of have to take the penalty there. If they don't give one, well, that's fair, because honestly, they pretty much were screwed. Luostarinen. Oh, but they'll call holding the stick on the Leafs. Somehow, no, they didn't. Okay, good. Good job, Wes. He would have if Sheldon Keefe was still there. Icing. That'll be a face-off defensive zone. Gretzky in the building next to Kadri. You know what? Hey, Calgary, can we have Kadri for a day? He'll get suspended for the playoffs, probably half your first-round series next year, but Nazem's going to knock somebody out. Oh, he'll do that. We need that right now. And he can actually still play hockey. So he can make a hockey play. Can we just get Nazem on loan? Can we find a way to do that? Please? Like, just for one game, he either scores a goal or knocks somebody out. I prefer either. Or both. Or both, frankly. Shot, save by Bobrovsky. Or both. Nylander, wide. Oh, Tanev is back. Thank the Lord. Oh, Tanev is back. Tanev is back. Thank the Lord. 10:27. Tanev is going to be able to play. That's the good news. Tanev is back, boys. Tanev is back. He was off for a while. Tanev side. Chris Tanev is back. He will play. Wide. Lawton loses it in the boards. And you got more to worry about. So. Shot! Save by Bobrovsky. He'll cover it. Offensive zone face-off for the Leafs. Tanev is back. 9:44. We're halfway through the period. 50 minutes through the game. Or actually, closer to 51. TV timeout. Rodriguez with a headshot. You can't tell me there isn't a bounty system for the Panthers. This is egregious. I agree. They got to have a bounty system. They got to be like the New Orleans Saints. Momentum swaying back towards the Leafs. That's the good news. Let's get a tying goal. Let's get a tying goal at the very least. $15 Stanley Cup winners with the Panthers, 4 with the Leafs, 3 of them won with the Panthers last year. The other one, Carlo, I think. Brandon Carlo, right? OEL, Panthers. Stallers, Lorentz, Panthers. It's got to be Carlo, right? Or is he not that old? It's Carlo or Tanev, right? It's got to be Carlo or Tanev. It's not Domi. It's not Yarncrook. Yarncrook played for the Nashville when they were in there, but it's not Yarncrook. It's not Yarncrook. It's got to be Tanev or Carlo, right? Lawton never, no, he was always a Flyer. So, no, he never played a Stanley Cup or won one for that matter. Face-off, it's not Matthews, Marner, Tavares. Tavares never won one with the Islanders because the Islanders sucked. They didn't start going deep in the playoffs till he left. Playing forward. Oh, no, Murray. It's Matt Murray. Shot! Wide. It's Matt Murray. My bad. It's Matt Murray. It's Matt Murray. They got him being on the roster tonight, though. Matt Murray's a backup, but I just realized Matt Murray. It might just be Matt Murray, and he hadn't even really played. Goal! Goal! Tie game! Tie game! Leafs tie it up! Yes! See, Murray's a third backup, so goal! Leafs tie it up. 4-4. It looks good on you, Florida. It looks good on you. Morgan Rielly. It looks like it's a Morgan Rielly goal. Morgan Rielly is a Leaf. His fourth of the playoffs, by the way. They threw it in front of the net. Guess what? It went in. Actually, it went off. Hey, he actually paid himself back for the own goal because I think that went off a Panther. Riley threw it on. It went off of Seth Jones. Hey, he paid back for it. Good job. 4-4. You're lucky. Yeah, we are. But we got the tie. Let's win it. Hey, you know what? Let's win it. Screw overtime. Let's win this damn thing. Screw overtime. Let's win this damn thing. 8:49. I'll take overtime, though. You should have headphones. You should have headphones, kid. Are you listening that loud to the point your headphones are being heard by other people? Yeah. You need headphones. No assists, except for Seth Jones. 10:58. We'll go with it. 10:58 through the period. It's 4-4. Leafs got a good bounce. Exactly. What did the Leafs do to you? What did the Leafs do to you? What did the Leafs do to you? Aren't you? I don't even know who you root for. What, John Tavares? If you're an Islanders fan, what, are you still pissed off about John Tavares? What, you still call him Pajama Boy? Or are you a Rangers fan? I know you're depressed, but I know Rangers fans are depressed for no reason, but we did nothing to you. I don't know what Leafs fans did to Rangers fans. I don't know what we did to y'all. 8:07. If you're an Islanders fan, what? I guess you're still pissed off about John Tavares being Pajama Boy, coming home. Is that what you're mad about? You did better without him. We didn't win a first-round series until 2 years ago with him. Come on. You're not over that? And what did we do to the Rangers? Y'all just have depression. I don't know what we did to y'all. So you have as much depression as we do as an Original Six club. What can I say? Unassisted for Morgan Rielly. So that's unassisted, but okay, all right, that's okay. Off. That'll be an icing. No, it's not. Okay. These referees. Oh. Well, that makes sense. You have to hear the machinery. Okay, that makes sense. Well, you work in auto? What, do you work in auto? Hey, are floor walkers real? I really could ask that question to somebody else. But are floor walkers real? Or is that just some guy high on cocaine on TikTok talking about those? High on speed and cocaine. Daniel's an Islanders fan. Yeah, I don't know what BKL roots for when it comes to hockey. Is he an Islanders fan or a Rangers fan? Or does he root for who's better? Or is he a Devils fan somehow? Or is it because they actually call themselves Jersey? He's not. I don't know. Are floor walkers real? This is the first time the Leafs are up 2-0 back-to-back series since 1963. It's been that long. My dad isn't even that old. Wool covers it, gives it to Ekman Larson. They didn't freeze it. Good job. Well, they didn't call it a freeze, which I'm surprised. 6:24. $6:16 to go. They throw it down. You're a butcher. Oh, machinery. Well, okay, that makes sense. Eat meat to have your liver be fine, and you don't because, well, okay. You're a butcher and you don't. All right. I mean, you would think. Morgan Riley, 7 points by defenseman this playoffs. It's like you're right there. You're right there. Rangers, but okay. I don't know what the Leafs did to you then. I know Rangers fans are depressed, but you ain't much better than us. Hey, at least you had that one title with Messier and Gretzky. At least you won in the mid-90s. We didn't. Because Gretzky, well, the high stick, right? We could have won in the mid-90s too, but it's called a high stick that they never called. 5:59, 4-4. If it's a TV timeout, Paul Maurice is pissed off there was no call. He's going to complain about that if they lose, yeah? We'll take a short break, or I'll be back when they come back. 5:59 to go, 4-4. We're back. Rangers extended Chris Drury, who some Ranger players do not like. Yeah, he's not that good. Hate to tell you, he's not that good. Yeah, Mike Sullivan's a good coaching hire. 5:28 face-off. Can the Leafs keep the tie to overtime, or will we win before overtime? We're going to find out. Just hold on for 5 more minutes. There will be no empty net because, well, unless somebody scores, then there might be. But right now, there will be no goalie getting pulled because both these teams might just stick it out to overtime. 4-4, which overall, with the Leafs playing as bad as they did, period 2, you know what? I'll live with it. 5:21. Leafs throw it forward. Ekman Larson. Tanev did come back. That's the good news. Ooh. McCabe throws it forward. Ooh. Leafs still have it. I swear if they call that stick broke on its own. Throws forward. I don't feel like that was a slash. 4:38. At this point, next goal wins. Well, unless the Panthers hit the empty net, then, well, my bad. If the Leafs hit the empty net or the Panthers. Throws it on. Goes wide. Reinhart. Shot, save. Oh, that'll be cleared. Good. Here comes Domi. Down the ice. Still Max Domi. Throws it on. Shot wide. And it rolls around the boards. Lorentz picks it back up. Throws it back behind the boards. 3:48. Can the Leafs keep this tie going to overtime, rally, or take the lead? Lorentz loses it. Lorentz still has it. Former Panther Lorentz, by the way. Shot! Save by Bobrovsky, and he slaps it. Just in time. 3:23. Bobrovsky slapped it away just in time. Leafs lose the stick. Wolff gets it behind. Back in the trapezoid. Leafs. Throws it down. 3:01. I threw it on TNT. Well, good. Throws it. It's probably why it's been a little bit behind, but at this point, it doesn't matter. 2:45. Raleigh hit the crossbar. Icing. Defensive zone face-off. 2:38. Right now, it looks like we're probably going to overtime. And it looks like the winner will have 5 big booms. 5 big goals. So it looks like that'll be the case. There will be 5 big booms when it comes to the goals. (4-4). 2:35 to go. We're going to see if we get... Shot, throws it on. Nylander just floats it, saucers it out. Good. 2:19. The final 2 minutes. Saved by Wolff. Throws it behind the net for the Leafs. Somebody lost their stick, and it looks like it got broke. Tavares. Tanev. 1:58. Tanev drops it in. Bobrovsky. And they're going to call a trip. A trip on the Leafs. And the Leafs are going to the penalty kill to end the game. And they'll start overtime on the penalty kill if they get it to overtime. There's a trip on Pacioretty. Ay. Why would you do that? He stepped on his stick. And the Panthers have scored on the power play once every game. They have not scored yet. This will be for now, their last power play chance. And what that means is, if they score, the Leafs might only have seconds to answer back. The Leafs have to frickin' go steal to end this power play. And also, there will be about 11 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers if they go to overtime. Power play does continue to overtime if the Leafs so do send it there. That's a good way to start. 143, 130 to go in regulation. If you're the Leafs, do you kill it, let them score pretty quickly, or just kill the damn thing? The good thing is if the Leafs get it to overtime, it's not really enough time for them to win the draw, get into the zone, score with that many seconds left. That's the good news. If the Leafs do so kill this to overtime. 1 minute to go. Sasha Barkov already scored once. That goes wide. 52 seconds. Into the point, Barkov throws it behind the net. 45 seconds. 41 seconds shot. Wide. 38 seconds. Barkov. Shot. Blocked. Blocked by the Leafs, but they didn't notice it. 30 seconds. Throws it through the legs of a Panther. 25 seconds. To the blue line. Seth Jones. Good block. And that'll get cleared. 16. 15. Icing. No, they keep going. 10 seconds. Leafs, can they clear? They do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. We're going to overtime. 13 seconds left on the power play. End of regulation. It's 4-4. Leafs did kill it. 4-4. We're going to overtime. Next goal wins. We'll have an intermission. And it's 4-4. That's the good news. 13 seconds for the Panthers to take the lead once we come back for overtime, which I don't think that'll happen. I think they could kill those 13 seconds. At least the Leafs have a chance. 20 minutes to win this game. They did start gaining momentum back as the third period went on. Can they steal this one is the question. Horrible penalty to give up, but the Leafs might. They have killed it for the third period. We're going to overtime. This is a different team. This is a different team. You know what? We can do this. We can do this. Who's getting the OT winner? I say Matthew Nyes. Matthew Nyes gets the overtime winner. One cheap bounce from 3-0. Well, we might still get one because of a cheap bounce. It was more like 2, if not 3. 13 seconds to survive those, boys. Win the draw in overtime. Kill it. Jets just scored 1-0. Well, good for them. Go, Leafs, go. Go, Leafs, go. Go, Leafs, go. We will take a short break at intermission. 4-4. We're going to overtime. First overtime of the series. Kind of saw this coming. Let's not be too hasty. We kind of saw this coming. We kind of saw this coming. Sit tight, be back. 4-4. Back for the intermission. What are these lucky goals? It's called playoff hockey. Dallas on the power play. They're showing the game as the intermission is going. For Winnipeg, Dallas. Winnipeg up 1-0. Dallas on the power play in their game. Might as well commentate this while we're waiting because you know what? It is what it is. Hellebuck clears. Jets go down the ice shorthanded. Loses the puck, Barron. 2 seconds, back to even strength. Here comes Dallas. Throws it wide. Again, another wide throw, shot, pass. Winnipeg look a little bit shaky. They have a lead, but they look a little bit shaky. Dylan, you okay? If you're here. 13:02. This is probably the closest you'll get. Goal by the Jets! The Jets score! 2-0. 2-0 Jets. The Jets have a 2-0 lead in game 2 at home. And that is Ehlers. Ehlers scores. Good shot by Ehlers. Throws it on. Scheifele might have had the tip, actually. Let's see. Ehlers throws it on. Does he beat him? Off the skate. Off the skate of Lindell for the Jets. Yeah, Dylan, this is the closest you'll get for me doing a Dallas versus Winnipeg stream. This is the closest you'll get. If you're here, that's the closest you'll get. I might do Carolina-Washington if the Leafs win the series and we have a series clincher and I'm still off. May's a pretty bleak month besides the UEFA Finals and MLS on Saturday. So, you know, if I can do, it makes sense for me to do a Carolina-Washington clincher if I can. It makes sense. It really does. If the Leafs go through before they finish. It does make sense. Especially if there's a game 7. I'll root for any Canadian teams. Like, at this point, it's the Canadian teams. So if Toronto got eliminated, if Winnipeg stayed, or they played another game after Toronto got eliminated, which at this point might not be the case, I would root for Winnipeg. If Edmonton keeps going, I'll root for Edmonton. If there's a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final, I'll root for them, which is kind of ironic considering I don't want Vancouver to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup, but it's a totally different situation. Totally different situation. 6 minutes to puck drop of overtime. It's a totally different situation. So, but you would, though. Different situation. I think all Canadian team fans in hockey could agree, hey, if we don't make it, we want a Canadian team to win the cup. It's a different situation. This is our cup. It's a totally different situation. Stanley Cup is Canadian. It should be in Canada. The fact it's taken 32 years to get back, no. That should have never happened in the first place. It'd be better if it was a Canada versus Canada final. Now, I'll say that much. But there's a different situation. CONCACAF is more individual greatness, you know? The Stanley Cup's been like, it's a Canadian Cup. Canada created it, and it hasn't been there for 32 years. It's a totally different situation. Like, yeah, you might not be the team to bring it back home, but if a Canadian team brings it back home, that just feels right. You know, it's a different situation completely. CONCACAF is more, hey, winning that is individual team greatness. Canada didn't create that trophy. Toronto was so damn close. I wish they were the first. They deserve to be the first Canadian team to win it. And they didn't. So that's where that leads. So totally different situation when it comes to those both. Core 2, Tanev and Nyes. But we got overtime, boys. The Leafs are playing better right now. Let's keep that going through overtime. Kill this penalty, build it up, and score an overtime goal. 4:10 to puck drop of overtime. They have 13 seconds to kill on the penalty. If the Leafs win the draw, that would be amazing. But I think they will kill off those 13 seconds. But then again, Florida has scored a power play goal instantly after getting one. Look at game 2 with Sasha Barkov. So the Florida Panthers might not need 13 seconds. I will say this if it comes to the Leafs. Win the center ice draw to start overtime. You do that, you probably kill off the penalty. Win the center ice draw. Do it. Do it. Panama. Panama. Tanev has apparently taken the most hits in the playoffs across all players, according to ESPN. 70 hits taken by Tanev in total. Jesus Christ. They're targeting the hell out of him. .242 to the puck drop of overtime. Let's bury them in overtime. Matthews, Nylander, Tavares to be the DraftKings picks for the Leafs in overtime to score. This is gonna be something, man. This is gonna be something. Leafs win. They take a 3-0 series lead. If the Leafs score a goal, they take a 3-0 series lead in Florida. They could still sweep this on Sunday. Possibly would have to play a Wednesday, but it is what it is. By the way, Florida in 2023 put Toronto down 3-0. 2 wins in Toronto, 1 in Florida. Toronto did win game 4 to send it to a game 5. They lost game 5. But it'd be funny if the tables turned, right? It'd be funny if the tables turned. If Florida scores, they get their 1 in Florida they desperately need. And they'll be going for game 4 as well. Toronto needs to steal 1 in Florida at best. If they get it tonight, what happens game 4 is house money. If they get it, they don't get it tonight, they better play better on Sunday. The Leafs have scored 2 overtime winners this playoffs against Ottawa, though. Domi and then Benoit. Domi, then Benoit. Then they lost in overtime to Jake Sanderson in game 4. Then they lost game 5 and got stomped out. And then game 6, no overtime. Game 1, no overtime. Game 2, no overtime. Game 3, we're back. Tavares with 3 overtime winners. Matthews with 1. Benoit and Domi. We just talked about that. Matthew Nyes with the overtime winner. Scott Lawton, Morgan Riley, and Chris Tanev for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Everybody but with Tavares with 1. Offensive, here's the first face-off of the third or the overtime period. The Leafs better win it. Here we go, overtime. Going to go Nylander for the Leafs. I think so. Let's hope his winning suit doesn't end up finally stop winning. Leafs, can they win the draw? Here goes overtime, and Florida wins the draw. They got to kill this penalty off. 9 seconds left on the power play for Florida. It goes around. Seth Jones. Leafs can clear. Not good enough, but they kill the penalty. Here we go. Max Pacioretty. Holy shit. Somebody was like, out of the box, Max Pacioretty. Max Pacioretty's going to score overtime breakaway winner out of the box. I was like, are they actually going to do that? No, they did not. I was like, oh, wait. Really? Nylander loses the handle. Florida gets it clear. Leafs, not good enough. Shot, goal, save. No, it's saved. It's saved. It's saved by Wolff. Lundell does not score. Wolff makes a save. 19-17 to go in overtime. Oh, good save by Wolff. Why did I say goal? Wolff. Wolff makes the save. It wasn't a goal. Good save from Wolff. Hey, I'd rather have him now. Defensive zone face-off. If anything, I'd rather have the saves now than the second period. You know, I'd rather have him now. 4-4. Anton Lundell, 8 points this playoffs, 3 points this series, a goal in game 2. This is the Marchand line, who have legit made the Leafs have a living hell. Ironically, not tonight. They have not done anything tonight, which that basically means, as of now, they probably will do something. 19-10 to go in overtime, 4-4. If Toronto wins, is the series over? No. Well, in theory, yes, but they still have to win game 4. They still have to win a 4th game. Overall, you would think they'd win 1 of 4. If they win tonight, you would think they'd win 1 of 4. But then again, if anybody could win 4 straight games to reverse sweep the Leafs, it would be the Florida Panthers. And let's not forget, Ottawa gave it a good college try. Florida's going to be harder. Do I think the Leafs will have a game as bad as game 5 of that Ottawa series? I don't think so. Ironically enough, Matthews throws it back to Nyes. Nyes loses the puck. He's going to lose the puck battle to Jones. If they win this game, it's good as done. It's good as done. But if anybody could come back from 3-0 down to win 4-3, a game 7 series, it'd be the Florida Panthers. I think the Leafs would still have it, but we'll find out. Nylander has a chance. Throws it forward. Shot. Holmberg with Tavares and Nylander. Not Pacioretty. Well, that makes sense because he just got out of the box. Marchand. Carlo throws it in. Will go behind the net. Holmberg playing the puck battle. Goes down. Riley throws it on. No tip. Riley behind the net. Mikkola. Verhaeghe loses the puck. Stick check. Leafs get it back. Lawton. Scott Lawton. Scott Lawton has it. Scott Lawton puts it behind the net. Scott Lawton throws it back to Yarncroke. Yarncroke loses it. Leafs throw it on. Lorentz behind the net. He's been doing pretty good tonight, Steven Lorentz. I got to say, he's put on a good performance, especially the third period. Been working really hard, Steven Lorentz. 17-19 left to go in overtime. Matthews throws it back. Throws it on. Shot. Blocked. Bobrovsky makes the save. Seth Jones has been playing for 2-11. Saved by Bob. I got to make the review once this is over, so no. There will be no Liga MX Femenil. We will not finish that off. I got to get the review done for this. So, Bobrovsky makes a save. Offensive zone face-off. $17.06. In front of Bobrovsky. Offensive zone face-off. Leafs don't win the draw. Panthers can clear. Dropped. Riley. Good. Riley goes forward to Nyes. Nyes doesn't have room to skate in. Does get pushed away. Nyes. Florida does have the puck. Carlo chasing. Carlo keeps it up at center. Leafs steal. Here come Matthews. Austin Matthews gains the zone. Austin Matthews behind the net. Can throw it forward. Nothing there. 16-27. Jake McCabe goes behind the net. Riley is right there to pick it up. Good. Throws it on at center. And McMahon loses the handle. Joseph Woll throws it around. Gets back into his crease. McMahon can pick the zone. Domi. McMahon loses it. Leafs throw it back into the offensive zone. And the Panthers can clear. He dropped it. Shot saved by Woll. Defensive zone face-off. Yep. He also played for the youth Toronto Marlboros as well. Scott Lawton's a tough player. I like him. He doesn't really show up on the score sheet, but he's tough. I like Scott Lawton. He hasn't scored much. Not during the playoffs, I don't think. He plays tough, though. Like, he plays a very good, tough hockey game, Scott Lawton. Leafs, defensive zone draw. Bennett versus Tavares. Leafs do win the draw. Horribly play it, though. Verhaeghe. Shot thrown on. He falls. Puck behind the net. Leafs steal it. Here comes Toronto. Throws it on. Dumps it in. Tavares has no chance. Verhaeghe on the other end. A puck battle at the wall. Ekman Larson, former Panther, who won a cup with him last year. Holmberg with a stick check. 15:05 through overtime. We don't know how much time is left. All we know is it's 14:57. Icing, offensive zone faceoff. Saved by Woll. 14:57, 4-4. Next goal wins. Just drive the net. Matthews, offensive zone face-off against Nosek. They will push who out of the circle? Nope, they're just going to go again. Matthews. Throws it behind. Marner. Nosek. Puts it behind the net for Jones. Panthers can clear. Marner has it at center. Marner throws it to McCabe. And Leafs dump it in. Marner forechecking. So you forecheck, not backcheck. Okay, that makes sense. Marner loses the puck to Nosek. Nosek. Puck battle at the wall. Leafs can pick it up. They do. Tanev getting forechecked heavy, and he still gets it clear. Dumps it in Leafs. Benoit. Because that makes sense. Playing forward. And Mikola's there to clear. Leafs have it. Down the wall, Kulikov. Kulikov at center. Puts it forward for the Panthers. Reinhart. Bodied into the wall. Rodriguez. He just wheeled him around. How do you do that? High slot. Shaba Kulikov wide. Went off a skate, I think. That'll be a defensive zone face-off. You're in golden goal mode. Yep. 13:34. 13-34. I think the Leafs are playing pretty well. Face off. 13-33. They throw it forward. 13-29. Still 2-0 for Winnipeg, by the way, in the other game. Holmberg. Pontus Holmberg with a shot. Anuncio vobis. Gaudium maium. Habemus Pontus. Well, he didn't score, though. Whatever. 13-10. Really? I thought that was good. Wait till he scores. He's playing tough, but he's not going to score. 12:48. He put in a good play there. Let's just be clear. He probably wasn't scoring, so. Put in a good play there. Domi. Can he be an overtime hero again? Jake McCabe throws it on. Wheels around the board. 12:24. Offside? Offside. McCabe threw a shot on, and it's still a tie game. Ooh, face-off. Neutral face-off. And the Leafs win the draw with a little bit of help, too. I won't complain, though. Throws it down. Nice. Throws it in. Matthews has to go with the boards. Good steal. But Nice chases it. Leafs have the puck. Panthers couldn't go into the zone with it. 11:44. Almost halfway through overtime. Well, we don't know if it could be more than halfway, but if they play a full period, halfway. If we go to a second overtime, halfway. Benoit. If that's not a trip, I don't know what is. Frankly, that should have been an icing too. But save! Bobrovsky had a breakaway. Didn't get it. Tavares. Nylander. No offside. Somehow, no. Honestly, I'm glad they didn't score on that. I'm glad that went behind the net because we probably would have been screwed. Wolff. Holmberg. Habemus Pontus. Throws it in. Lawton. Chasing. And he misses it. He totally whiffed on it. 10:39. Totally whiffed on it. Shot. Saved by Wolff. Clear the damn puck. Covers it. Face off. Blue Jays 5, Seattle 0. Good. 10:28. I mean, the first one was good, but Nylander threw it straight to Bobrovsky. Dude, you have a whole other side of the net. Go the other side. Like, just pull it. Like, he could have won this game right then and there. We're going to regret that, right? Yeah, why hasn't Pacioretty taken a shift? Defensive zone faceoff. Why hasn't Pacioretty taken a shift? Oh, weird. Like, the only time he was on was after he got out of the box. Is Berube sitting in for... Okay. Okay. If we win, I won't complain. If we lose, well, what's the point? Good block. Tanev. Throws it on. Bobrovsky plays it to the wall. The Leafs can pick it, and they do. McCabe whiffs on it to the most part. Nylander. Because Pontus has been taking Pacioretty shifts. Nylander. Into the zone. Shot off the pad of Bobrovsky. Was a muffin, but still. Rodriguez. Ekman Larson. Leafs could pick it. They do. John Tavares. Dumps it. Good stick check steal. Benoit. Nylander. Throws it down. And here comes Pontus Holmberg. Pontus Holmberg. Shot save! Bobrovsky, 9-16. Marchand. Leafs can pick it. They do. Marner dumps it to Matthews. Matthews. Shot it right to the legs of a Florida Panther. Like that was just, okay. Shot through the slot. Blocked by their own player, honestly. That was blocked by another Leaf for sure. Lundell. Leafs can pick it. They do. Marner throws it forward. Right to a Florida Panther. Matthews must be really hurt. 8:36, 4-4. Kachuk. Shot. Nobody's there. Centered down the middle of the ice, and nobody was there. Good news for the Leafs. Shot, throw it on. To the point and goes wide. Shot, save, blocked. Not far enough. Good body. And the Leafs get it cleared. That'll be an icing for sure. Bobrovsky played it. Good news for the Leafs. Bobrovsky played it. McCabe plays it to Tanev. Tanev watching the forecheck. 7:43. Sasha Barkov, good save and covered by the Leafs. And that'll get cleared. Forsling, Gus Forsling. Got to the puck first, no icing. Throws it on. Joseph Woll. Good little touch to make a save there. 32-30 on shots. Forsling to the high slot. Shot! Goes wide. And that's saved by Woll. He covers it. Defensive zone face-off for the Leafs. Woll makes a save. 6:56. Man, the Leafs have been a little bit questionable at times. It's going to take something really stupid or something really amazing to win this game, and I don't know which. It's going to take something really stupid or really amazing to win this game. I'm not sure which. Boom. Carter Verhaeghe knows how to score overtime goals. He does. .656. Well, that's if they win the Stanley Cup. Besides the Rats who are already playing. 6:56. get it, boys. Defensive zone face-off. Come on, Matthews, win the face-off. 17-31, Lundell, 6-22. In theory, Austin should win this, but still 2-0 Winnipeg. Shot wide. They almost pulled a Benoit on us. Almost. Because they didn't. Leafs. Tanev. Puck battle. Saved by Wolff. Defensive zone face-off. They almost run him. 6:41. Four. I honestly can't believe we haven't had an overtime goal yet. It's going to take some awesome or stupid. Some really awesome or some really stupid to win this game for either team. It's going to take something awesome or stupid, and I frankly think probably stupid, and probably against the Leafs. Awesome, it's the Leafs. Stupid, Panthers. That's pretty much how this game, I don't know about how. I won't say all of it's been stupid, but icing. Really? Really? Okay, Wes McCauley's starting to be an asshole. Yeah, that's new. That's not new. That's not new at all. That's just Wes McCauley's state of being. Is asshole. He's been a little bit better than a game of Keefe as the coach. 6:25 to go. Matthews, defensive zone face-off. They're going to pull him. Nope. He skates back up. Matthews versus Barkov, which, that I understand. Shot. Leafs have the puck. They can clear. They do. And Matthew Nice! Save Bobrovsky! Matthew Nice had a breakaway. And it wasn't meant to be. Off the net. Matthew Nice had a breakaway chance there. And it just wasn't meant to be. Save by Bobrovsky. Matthew Nice couldn't put it past Bob. He had time, too. It's not as bad as Willie's. It's not as bad as Willie's miss. I could say that much. 5:38. Holmberg throws the puck back. Leafs have it. Nylander. Holmberg. Back to Willie. Willie Stiles. No. Stolen by the Panthers. Bennett. For Hagee. Save by Joseph Woll. Shot. And it's wide. Bennett throws it on. Can it be cleared? It was saved, but it wasn't cleared. Kulikov throws it. Carlo lost his stick. Yeah, that's great. At the high slot, Kulikov throws it on. 4:42 shot. Wide. At the wall, Kulikov dumps it back to Marchand. Marchand throws it on. Goal! Brad Marchand wins it for the Panthers. And it's 5-4 for Florida, and they get one back in overtime. Oh, Lord. We will be live Wednesday, that's for sure. We have a double on Wednesday then. I was honestly, you know what? We have a TFC Leafs double on Wednesday. Shit! And they threw rats on the ice. You know what? The Leafs deserve this, though, frankly. Frankly, they deserve this. The way they played this game, you can't win like this, and it's off Woll. You know what? Leafs in 5. Screw it. Leafs in 5. It just bounces over wall. Why'd you duck? It bounces over wall. This is a must-win for Florida. And the Leafs still skated with them the whole time, except for the second period. If they didn't have such a bad second period, we would have won this game. Wake up. We'll see you Sunday. We have a double on Wednesday. Are you kidding me? Double on Wednesday. TFC plays and Leafs play. We have to do a double. Great. Great. Well, you still were going to do the TFC game anyway. Yeah, I know. I did not prefer doing a double. Wool didn't see it. Leafs let Florida back into the series. You know what? No, Leafs in 5. Leafs in 5. Don't you say that! I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Leafs in 5. Leafs in 5. Kachuk. Upchuck. Woodchuck. Leafs in 5. This team is different. This team is different. I don't give a shit. This team is different. So they had a bad night. It's in Florida. Florida, we're going to get one. You get one on Saturday. 5. Leafs in 5. Brad Marchand scores. $15:27 through the period. You might be right. The Leafs won it, would have ended the series for sure. Florida are not going to give up because they feel confident. Well, the Leafs came back and sent it to overtime. You know what? If the Leafs lose this series, I'll blame period 2 of game 3 because that's where it happened. I don't care about overtime. You know what? You know what? You might have a point. You might have a point. You know what? You might have a point. You might have a point. This team might be the same damn team they've been for 20 damn years. Maybe. Maybe. But this ain't over till it's over. And the Leafs, they're going to win game 4 until they don't win game 4. And they're going to win game 5. Leafs are 11-0 in playoff series after going up 2-0 at home in history. So do that what you will. You might be right, though. You might be right, though. You might be right. You might be right. It took something stupid. It wasn't something amazing. It took something stupid. There you go. I swear to God, if TFC wins tomorrow, we don't want them to win. That means the Leafs lose. I don't want them to win Wednesday either. As in TFC. One word, Cruz Azulieta. Of course, the Marchand line finally scores the overtime winner. Of course, they couldn't go out. They couldn't go without scoring this game, the Marchand line. God! Same color. Well, I just said, we're just like you. We could still get one in Florida. We could still get one in Florida. We could still get one in Florida. We're trash. But who knows? Maybe we're trash. Maybe we will choke. Maybe this was the moment. Maybe we should have put the Florida Panthers away. Maybe I shouldn't have believed they could just make easy work of the Panthers. Maybe this was always going 7. Maybe this was always. Maybe the Panthers were always going to get one. Maybe they were always going to get one. Shit. Game 4 is huge. Game 4 is huge. And we'll be here Wednesday. Really? That's mean. Who am I kidding? Everybody's here to see me just lose my mind. Who am I kidding? That's what brings the views. That's what brings the views. Who am I kidding? Well, you were right. I thought this Toronto team might be able to pull it off. Maybe I was hoping that so they wouldn't injure 500 of our players with their dirty-ass head hits. By the way, Rodriguez didn't get called for a head hit to Tavares. Late check to the head, but no. Colin Campbell made the call. Colin Campbell should never be in the Hall of Fame. Colin Campbell. Dirty-ass team. Maybe I was hoping the Leafs could finish them early so 100 of our players wouldn't be hurt. That we wouldn't have to dig through the freaking Cleveland, Cleveland Cyclones? Canton Cyclones? Whatever the hell they are. They've injured Anthony Stollers. They almost injured Chris Tanev. Thank the Lord he came back. They tried to injure John Tavares. The Panthers are dirty. Maybe I wanted the Leafs to sweep, so that means they have to play golf and headhunt a freaking pole at Augusta National. Maybe. No. The Leafs played a shit second period. And they kind of got screwed over by Wes McCauley. And then they let a bad bounce in overtime. But of course, when Wes McCauley shows up, it's freaking war. It's freaking out and out war. Blood feud. They called in the hit. You know what, Florida? You got one. They called in the hit when they called in Wes McCauley. Well, you know what? You got one. Well, you don't got him tomorrow or Sunday. See how you do without him. Even though Colin Campbell is still going to make a call to George Peros. And Gary Bettman was there. Interesting. Of course his pet project gets a little bit of a favoring call game while Gary Bettman's there in the freaking press box. Yep. You got to get game 4. Toronto's got to get game 4. They do. If they don't, They better win both in Toronto because I don't know if they'll win game 6. But game 7, I don't want this going anywhere near a game 7, man. Oh, Lord. Give me game 4. Give me game 4. Was it very likely to be? Well, I don't know about likely, but best case scenario, was that most likely to be 3-1 out of Florida? Yeah. Coming back home for game 5. Yeah. That was the best case scenario, but God, how this game went definitely didn't help. Yeah. They might. Florida got a home win. Well, the good news is by the numbers, Toronto should win game 4. Because a lot of home teams aren't doing well. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this game. And, dude, we need game 4. We need game 4. If only we played a better second period. If only. If only we didn't let that bounce in. If only. If only. I'm having bad feelings, man. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm running. I'm out. Peace.